event. We got a good one here on the field. Two teams that are hungry and both want to make a push here to close out their season. And two pretty evenly matched teams. I think we got a good one on our hands today.
Yeah, and obviously a great afternoon, Mike, for some playoff football. Plymouth coming into Milford. First time in, I think, about 3 or 4 years since we've been here, Mike. Milford coming off a great season led by their two stud running backs, Zielinski and Barnhill, who we'll talk about in the pregame. But Milford, very experienced, poised to make a deep playoff push, and they, I believe, got what they thought was a pretty tough draw, having Plymouth here with the history that Plymouth has had in the playoffs. So both sides hungry. Obviously, Plymouth being the road dogs have every right to have that extra motivation this afternoon, Mike.
Of course, the Bobcats closing out the regular season last week with a loss against Sanborn. Struggling a little bit, but Sanborn really coming out, putting together a nice game plan and kind of playing above what they have all season long. They got the nice road win, maybe their biggest win in program history, to go into Plymouth and win that game. So Milford closes out their regular season with a nice win over Sauhegan. So, you know, we've got two pretty evenly matched teams, and you got to think, if you're Milford and you see your first round matchup, you're probably a little upset that you draw Plymouth.
Yeah, and they were expecting to play someone like Hanover or Belmont Guilford, or even Bow, but Belmont Guilford beating St. Thomas on the road last week really put a stir into things in the playoff seeding. So it looked like Bow got knocked out. Belmont Guilford losing to Timberlane last night in a one-sided contest. So this would be the game that everyone's kind of circling. I did hear Dave Haley up top said that Lebanon was up big in their first round. So this game and a lot of people kind of seeing what Plymouth team's going to show up. If the Plymouth team last week that shows up this week, it's going to be a long day. But I'd like to think that they got their worst out of their system and they're ready to come back and play some winning football.
We've obviously documented the injuries this season. One game this year, they had all three captains out injured. Jake Crowley goes down with a shoulder injury last week. He is going to play today, which is good news for Plymouth, as they certainly were lacking a deep threat last week in their effort to come back and beat Sanborn.
Yeah, and injuries have obviously played a key factor. The one thing that people don't realize is a lot of these guys play both sides of the football. So you're looking at Jake Crowley goes down. Not only was that an issue on offense, it was also an issue on defense, because he's played every snap on defense as well. So this is a game where they've back to full strength. They got the whole roster, and Joe Peters coming back for his second game, and you can't expect too much after sitting out for 6 weeks to come back and play well. So a lot of these guys got some game experience last week. I know it was in a tough loss to Sanborn, but I think that Coach Sanborn said they had a great week of practice and preparation was good. A lot of film, and they're going to get ready to get after it here.
We are partnering with our friends from Pemmy Baker TV again today, so doing a little bit of radio, doing some TV as well, Ben and I. So we're doing our best to juggle all that. I do want to let everybody know in advance that they set us up right behind the pep band. The pep band is not out here yet, but they will be. It looks like they're starting to make their way to the field along with the Milford Spartans. So we can't control things when we're here on the road. We're going to just do our best to give you guys the action that's happening on the field as best we can without too many distractions. So just bear with us. We don't, when we're home, we're in the Brian McCarthy broadcast booth, and when we get these road games, we are not in control of our environment, unfortunately.
Yeah. And honestly, Mike, I thought it was a joke when you said we were behind the pep band, but you're literally sitting right next to a snare drum easel. So it might get a little loud and rowdy, but that's okay. We've weathered some retaining walls. A 50-piece band is the next on the task, so we'll get it done. But, Mike, talking about Milford, they feature two of the best running backs in Division II, in Caden Zielinski and Logan Barnhill. Zielinski's kind of a power guy. I say kind of. He's listed at 6 foot, 250 pounds. So he's a bowling ball. And then Barnhill is 6'2", 190, who's got some breakaway speed on the outside. So they kind of handcuff each other in a run-first offense led by junior quarterback Chuck Erda, probably like the fifth Erda that's been through the Milford football franchise. But those two guys are going to be hearing their name a lot. And Coach Lamb was a little concerned with the physicality that Milford has. It's going to be a little bit of a chess match early on, he says, to get these kids' feet wet, because this is a team much more physical than the teams that they played in the past. So if they're going to step up, it's got to be weathering that first couple of possessions that Milford has and kind of getting our feet wet, adjusted to this style of football, and then we'll go from there.
You are listening to the Bobcat pregame show. The pregame is brought to you by Patty Stewart Associates. Patty Stewart Associates help you navigate Medicaid, Obamacare, or any other health issues. Call to set up an appointment. Ben, we got both teams making their way out on the field. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we will be bringing you the opening kickoff of the Division II opening round playoff game between Plymouth and Milford. You're listening to Bobcat Football on WPNH. Ben, we got a team. We turned the ball over a little bit too much last week. It was some uncharacteristic mistakes, and you and I had talked quite a bit about how it just didn't really feel right the whole game. So, if they can start taking care of business early, take care of the football, I think we'll see a much different Bobcat team.
I agree,
today.
And weathering the storm of turnovers, and I talking with the coaching staff, they think that a key to this game is going to be that turnover category, and they'd like to see that in favor of Plymouth. I don't think, realistically, I don't think they come away with a win if they turn the ball over today. Talking with the coaches as well, they'd like to see, especially their first couple of possessions, to really kind of go toe-to-toe with some of these big kids that Milford has and show them that, they're here till the end. They got nothing to lose.
We've got the national anthem getting ready to be played. So we're not going to talk through that. We'll let you listen. Oh, I apologize. We have Milford coming out onto the field. Ben and I are a little confused up here. Obviously,
we're the only two guys with our hats over our hearts for the Milford coming out. So we're going to avoid that at all costs again. And
Ben, we saw senior Curtis Cross have himself quite the season, right? And quite the regular season, and really come out and just throw the football great. And he was hurt by the injury to Jake Crowley last week. No deep threat downfield. So we'll see if they worked on some stuff this week and was able to get some people in. I know Jake is going to play, so we'll see what he can offer with that injured shoulder.
Yeah, no doubt. That's a huge loss if a kid like Jake Crowley, I don't want to say only, one of their biggest deep threats is out. They're certainly going to need that to shake up that Milford defense.
So they are getting ready to play the national anthem now. We're going to just let you listen to that, and we won't talk through that. Playing the national anthem, we've got the coin toss getting set out in the middle of the field hopefully soon. And, Ben, this is a Milford team that played a little bit different schedule than Plymouth, obviously being the southern part of the state, and had some really good games. I know they battled Lebanon real tough for 3 quarters, and Lebanon was able to pull away at the end of that game. But, this is a team that people are predicting that could make a pretty deep run in this tournament.
And it's a lot of people think it's Lebanon Milford, heading to a finals here, but a team like Timberlane too. But Milford, like you said, played Lebanon toughest they had all season, and Lebanon still was able to score with 2 touchdowns with 4 minutes left to kind of pull away. But you're talking about 2 coaching staffs, Mike. Coach Jones from Milford, everyone knows, has been seeing a lot of football and not going to, it's tough to coach against Plymouth in that, but he's a guy that can, because he's been around it enough, and he knows the ins and outs, and he's seen a lot. So having someone like that on your staff is just another, building block in that success as a guy who's seen as much football as Coach Jones.
Two very close coaching staffs, always have been, even the days when Coach Linehan was here. But I know Coach Sanborn, Coach Jones, very close. They talk quite a bit. So come down here on a Saturday, move the game to a little bit later in the day because the SATs this morning. It's actually one of those ones that you're kind of happy when you see your first round matchup because you get to go down and see a friend and, make no mistake about it, for the next 48 minutes of football, they want to beat each other really bad.
Absolutely, and it was one of those things too, Mike, and as we heard kind of before the game, there was some stirs that this game was going to be played last night when Milford normally plays on Friday nights, but Coach Sanborn had the opportunity to move it to Saturday, and I think Coach Jones was giving him a little bit of, hey, you always got to have your thumb on something, Chris, and obviously electing to play this afternoon. I think after the last Friday game, I think Friday Juju's out the door, and we're getting ready to play here on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day here. Everybody's out on the field. Nice crowd from both sides. I know we saw a lot of familiar faces pregame, stopping to chat along the way with a bunch of the Plymouth faithful. So I think everybody's getting ready to get going here. So they just did the opening kickoff. And Ben, did you happen to catch who
I know who won the toss deferred. So it looks like Plymouth's going to be receiving this kick.
So the Bobcats will be getting the football to start here. Both teams are making their way out. Our pep band is making their way here, and in what will be quite the exciting afternoon. Good football being played, Ben. I think this is probably the best game in the Division II playoffs.
Absolutely, and some lopsided scores last night. I mean, give credit where credit's due, though. I don't think anyone thought Belmont and Guilford was going to be in the playoffs, and a year that their last co-op, and it's going to be Guilford's going to, venture off to Division III. They've certainly got some pieces, Mike. That I couldn't tell you how impressed I was with Isaiah Reese at quarterback. He is a special talent that they have, and you can do a lot of good things with that kid right there.
Yeah, there was a couple head scratchers in the final week of the regular season. That was one of them. Obviously, Guilford making their way into the playoffs after that win, and of course Sanborn taking down Plymouth. If Plymouth was able to win that game last week, they would have ended up hosting a playoff game.
Which is crazy to think about.
It's tough to shoulda, woulda, coulda here, but they had to iron some stuff out throughout the course of the week at practice, and here we are.
Speaking of ironing things out, talking with the coaching staff as well about Milford, they've onside kicked many a times early in games, so that was a big concern with special teams to make sure that they weren't cheating towards the back, and Milford squibbing or onside kicking here. So we'll see how they elect to do this opening kickoff.
Here we go. We've got Dylan Welch and Brock Tanner deep. It is a kick over the left side, goes to Welch over his head and into the end zone. It's going to be a touchback.
They were quite far up. I think they were just kind of cheating the squib, and the kicker decided just to boot it out of the end zone. So Plymouth's going to take over at their own 25 here.
I think it'll be 1st and 10 from the 25 coming up. And Ben, I think this is really important. Get off to a good start here. The way we do it.
20.
3 or 4 yards here at a time. Just start clipping away and see if you can move the football and gain some confidence early.
Sorry, the 20-yard line. But, the last week it was a lot of choppiness on offense. You'd like to see that smoothed out. A full week of practice. You got to watch and learn from that film. So we'll see how they come out here early on the road.
Here we go. We got 1st and 10 coming up from the 20-yard line. Cross is going to be under center in a two-back set. Hands it off up the middle. And it looks like Ciotti going to take it for a gain of about 7.
Yeah, start with a fullback trap right there, and Ciotti picked up 6 yards on first down. He had a good week last week. He's been kind of early on that solid guy, foundation piece for the Bobcats. So expect to see Ciotti early often here in the first quarter.
Yeah, the gain of 5, so it's going to be 2nd and 5 coming up. Ball's right on looks like the 25-yard line. So we've got with 11:25 to go. Second play of the game coming up. Cross is going to be under center in a two-back set. Takes the snap, hands it off up the middle, this time to Welch. Welch runs into a guy right at the line for no gain.
So another trap, and that's where that Milford size up front kind of stuffed them. I get a number there, 65 for Milford. That's Keegan Hatch on the tackle. He's 270 pounds, and then, you got a couple other guys, 250, 260. Obviously, Plymouth has Stokowski in camp, but all their other guys are pretty undersized. So, again, another concern is some of those, as Coach Sammer calls, some of those mites up front really have to step up and answer the call here.
10:45 to go here in the opening quarter. We've got 3rd and 5 coming up. Cross is going to be under center in a 2-back set. He sends a guy in motion to the right side. They give it to the motion man. It's Joe Peters to the outside. He slips and falls as he tries to cut it back. He's going to have a gain of 1.
Yeah, and they're going to be forced to punt at this stage, and we'll have Fogarty doing the punting as Parker Eastman's still out with the broken wrist. Fogarty had a couple of good punts last week, so we'll see if he can kind of change fields here as Chuck Erda is going to be the return guy here for Milford.
Erda also doing the quarterbacking for Milford. He's got his heels right on the 40-yard line. Fogarty getting set to punt, heels on the 10. The snap is out. It's a good one, and a pretty good punt kicked over to the right side out of bounds. We'll see where they mark this. They're going to spot it right at the 49-yard line, so pretty good starting field position for the Spartans.
Yeah, and a high-powered offense, not fancy either. They like to run the football, and they've got, 2 really good athletes with the quarterback making it 3. So, it's kind of run first. You won't see much passing. And Plymouth's really got to do a good job up front trying to plug those holes. I think that punt out of bounds was by design, too. The Erda kid is a good athlete, so it doesn't surprise me. Fogarty got a decent kickoff, but you still see Milford after the 3 and out taking it right around midfield.
And it's going to be 1st and 10 from their own 49-yard line. 9:57 to go after the Bobcat punt. Erda's going to be under center. He's going to send a guy in motion right to left. He's got 1 guy in the backfield. They give it to the motion man. It's going to be a fake reverse on the left side. As he catches the edge over here, he's going to have it for a touchdown.
Wow.
Milford jumps out to a 6-0 lead on their opening play of the game.
A fake end-around reverse and beautifully choreographed there by the offense. And just like that, Milford's going to take a 6-0 lead on the Caden Zielinski fake reverse touchdown.
That's the opposite, Ben, of the start that I was looking for from the Bobcats today. A really well-designed play, fake reverse, takes it all the way around the edge, and which is off to the races. Nobody within 5 yards of him.
Yeah, and again, choreographed perfectly. It fooled both the would-be tacklers for the Bobcats there.
The extra point was good, so the Spartans are going to go ahead and take a 7-0 lead here.
Yeah.
1 play, 1 touchdown, pretty good start.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the coaches patting themselves on the back after that one, Mike. That was a well-designed play. I thought it was going to be a reverse, and Zielinski faked the handoff and just kept running for a touchdown. So for a 250-pound back, he showed some breakaway speed there too, Mike. Plymouth's just got to kind of wipe that one off their brow. There's still an eternity of game left. So we got to, stay disciplined and answer the call here.
Yeah, not the traditional start we were looking for. They go 3 and out, forced a punt, and on the very first play, they take it 51 yards for a touchdown. So they lead at 7-0, 9:47 to go here in the first quarter. And we're going to get the kickoff team again. It's Welch and Tanner with their heels on the 10-yard line.
I think, you still got to protect against the onside kick, because if they were to recover an onside kick this early, they would be trying to put some, kill shots here on Plymouth early and often.
So here we go. They're going to get set to kick off after the 51-yard touchdown run by Zielinski. First kick of the day was kicked into the end zone for a touchback. This one here, end over end.
It's a good kick.
It's going to be to Tanner at the 10. So Tanner has blockers out in front, tries to get to the edge, tries to cut it back, unable to do so. He's going to be hit at the 20-yard line.
Ran right into a brick wall there. I'll try to get a number. It looked like number 7, Caden Cloutier for Milford. So Plymouth's going to have similar field position. They're going to spot it right at the 20. So nothing doing in their first possession. We'll see if they can pick it up here.
9:41 to go here in the second quarter. Bobcats trail at 7-0. And the offense will come out for the second time today. It's going to be Cross bringing his team to see if we can move the ball a little bit here. Cross is going to be under center in a 2-back set. Takes the snap, hands it off up the middle once again to Ciotti. Ciotti, nice run. Going to have a gain of about 6.
Looks like that's the 3rd time Plymouth slipped on a run into the footing. I know Peters kind of threw the jets on the last jet sweep and kind of fell. But even that time, it was Anthony got taken down by a little bit of an arm tackle and just slipped over. So I don't know if footing's an issue. It certainly wasn't for Milford, but something to look out here for the next couple of possessions or plays.
Here we go. Cross will be under center. It's 2nd and 5. Takes the snap. Once again, they go up the middle to Ciotti, and Ciotti's going to have a gain of 3. It'll be 3rd and 2 coming up for the Bobcat offense.
So it looks like Milford's going to sub in a bigger package on the D-line. You wouldn't call this a must-convert, but it'd be a little bit easier breathing for Plymouth if they were able to pick up a first down here.
Yeah, and we talk about it all the time, Ben. Just need some momentum here. Need to get something positive going in the right direction for themselves to gain a little bit of confidence moving forward.
Yeah.
You one play, you give up a long touchdown score. You need to see if you can bounce back here.
Absolutely.
3rd and 2 coming up. Ball's right on the, looks like 27-yard line. So Cross is going to be under center in a 2-back set. He hands it off
Swanson.
to Swanson. Swanson's going to have enough for the first down and a little bit more. Nice run by him.
Good run. Good run by the senior captain, Calvin Swanson, on 3rd down. Needed that first down. But like you said, Mike, I feel like there hasn't really been an explosive play out of Plymouth in weeks, it feels like. Obviously, if they're going to have to win this game, they're going to have to have a couple of those plays. But who's it going to be? Who's going to be that guy to chunk off a 40-yard run for the Bobcats?
Yeah, most of our plays on the season have been long passes to Crowley to the end zone. So
right.
We've got 1st and 10, 8 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Bobcats trail at 7-0. Handoff goes up the middle to
good cutback.
Looks like Swanson once again. Swanson with a nice run, crosses it into Spartan territory, and the ball is down. The Spartans are signaling that they have it, and
they're going to mark it down.
They're going to say he was down.
Good call.
They're going to say he was down by contact. Ball came out once he hit the ground, so it's still going to be Bobcat football.
That would have been very detrimental, Mike. But good run there by Swanson. Great cutback and good blocking up front. Picked up about 25 to bring it into Spartan territory. Back-to-back good runs there by your senior captain, Calvin Swanson.
Yep, it's going to be 7:30 to go here in the opening quarter. Great run by Swanson. Sets up Bobcat getting it into Spartan territory for the first time today. It's going to be 1st and 10 coming up from the 45-yard line. Crosses under center in a 2-back set. Pitches the ball over the right side to Ciotti. Ciotti cuts it back on the left side. If he can bounce it to the outside edge, he does. 35. Takes it all the way down to the 32-yard line.
That's something we haven't really been seeing either, Mike, is the ability to cut back plays. I feel like they've been missing a lot of holes. That back-to-back plays and cutbacks by both Swanson and now Ciotti picking up a first down on the toss sweep. Good vision and a great run, and he finished that run off too. It was a great run by Anthony Ciotti.
So 1st and 10, the ball's going to be right at the 33-yard line. And Bobcats driving here. 6:45 to go in the first quarter. They trail at 7-0. Cross is going to be under center in a 2-back set.
Jet sweep territory.
Takes the snap, he drops back to pass. He has a man open downfield. Pass is overthrown, incomplete.
Looked like take a shot. Chuck Erdo was in good coverage there. Not a bad, I don't disagree with that play call right there, Mike. Trying to build on some momentum, get Crowley some space. Chuck Erdo, good athlete in his own right, was step for step with Crowley. I think the ball was a tad overthrown anyway by Curtis Cross.
So it'll be 2nd and 10, 6:33 to go here in the first quarter. First quarter is brought to you by Rand's Hardware. Get the price you need and the service you want. Here we go on 2nd and 10. Cross is going to be under center in a 2-back set. Crowley, the lone receiver, split out on the right side. Hands it off to Swanson up the middle, and Swanson's going to have a gain of 4.
Cross actually losing his shoe on the play. That was kind of an awkward play. That's that, even though Calvin gained about 6 yards, that's that awkward, play that Plymouth's kind of been dealing with the last couple of weeks. It just hasn't been crisp, but either way, Swanson diving forward for it looked like a game of about 6, so makes it 3rd and manageable. Probably 4-down territory here for the Bobcats.
I am so close to the drum right now, I could steal the baton and start playing.
That would be awesome.
So here we go, 5:56 to go here in the first quarter. Cross is under center in a 2-back set. Takes the snap, hands it off up the middle, tries to jump. Nothing there, no gain on the play. It's going to set up 4th down.
Keegan Hatch, again, another tackle for Milford. He plays that nose tackle very well. So decision time here as Swanson's going to get a much-needed breather.
Yeah, they're going to keep the offense out there. Good call, you know, especially with the ball right on the 28-yard line. So it's going to be 4th and 5.
Yeah, they're a little confusion here.
And Ben, that's what the incomplete pass is going to do to us, right? I mean, if they can convert 3-4 yards on first down there, then, you know, 4th and 5 isn't in the cards.
Right.
Here we go. We're at 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Bobcats trail 7-0. Huge 4th down play coming up, and
yeah, Plymouth's going to need a timeout.
Bobcats are going to take a timeout. We'll take a quick 30-second break. You're listening to Bobcat Football on WPNH. Welcome back. While we were away, Curtis Cross is going to try to bounce it to the outside, and he gets stuffed short of the first down, so it's going to be a turnover on downs. Milford defense comes up big.
Yeah, and it was a designed quarterback run over the right side. Curtis Cross trying to stretch the ball across the plane, but was about a yard shy. It was good open field tackling, good discipline by the Milford Spartans there.
Yeah, 4:52 to go. That would have been a huge pickup if the Bobcats could have converted. Instead, they get the stop. The Spartans take over on downs here, so it's going to be 1st and 10. Ball is on the 25-yard line. Erda this time is going to be in the shotgun. He's got one receiver over to the left side, one guy in the backfield alongside him, which it goes to him. And it's going to be a gain of about 7 on the play.
Cade Cloutier on the carry, so looks like he's going to be that 4th option there for the Spartans, so a gain of 4 there on first down.
So 2nd down coming up, 2nd and 5 after the gain of 5. So 4:24 to go here. And the Bobcats trail 7-0. Erda once again in the shotgun. One guy alongside him, one receiver over the left side. Ball is out. It's a low snap. Bobcats nearly recover.
The center snapped it while everyone was saying it, and the ball just deadened right at Erda's feet.
He couldn't pick it up. He was trying to stretch for it. Tyler Stokowski almost landed and got the football, but Erda was able to pick it up.
That's been 2 weeks, Mike, we haven't gotten one of those. It was all game against Sanborn, and that would have been a huge turn of events, but either way, it's a loss of 4, making it 3rd and 9 here for the Spartans.
Yeah, certainly need to get a little lucky at times, and the Bobcats haven't had much of it the last 2 weeks, so we'll see if that can change a little bit. Here we go, big 3rd down coming up. It's 3rd and 8, 3:38 to go in the first quarter. Bobcats trail 7-0.
Trips
is going to be in the shotgun. 3 receivers over on the left side. Bobcats are going to shift.
Another
bad snap. Bobcats are chasing Erda down, trying to get to the outside, and he's going to end up throwing the ball out of bounds, incomplete.
Another one right there. But either way, beggars can't be choosers as they had pressure. Javon Cador over the left side was able to get some pressure, and Erda just threw it out of bounds. So back-to-back bad snaps by the Spartans is going to bring up a 4th down punt.
So the Bobcat defense comes up big here. They're going to force the punt with 3:15 to go.
Yeah, good answer there by Coach Lamb's defense. Needed to stop.
It looked like it might have been a false start, but no flag on the play. Bobcats went with that shift. Saw some movement up front for Milford, but no flag. So Welch is going to have his heels on the 40-yard line as the Spartans get set to punt to him. The low kick bounces out of bounds right at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, Caden Sanborn almost actually blocked it, but either way, it's going to be good field position for the Bobcats taking over at their own 40-yard line. So after the hit on the trick play in the first play of the game, since then it's kind of been a little bit more of a balanced effort here by both sides, and Coach Lamb's defense stepping up and getting the stop that they needed. So Plymouth's going to take over at their own 40-yard line.
3:15 to go here in the opening quarter. Bobcats trailing at 7-0. Bobcat offense out for the 3rd time today, seeing if they can get on the board, even this score up. Here we go. We got Cross. It's going to be under center. It's a 2-back set. Takes the snap. He's going to hand it off up the middle to Ciotti.
Good run.
With a great run there. It looks like a gain of 5.
Good run there. Initial contact blew through the line, and actually went toe-to-toe with Zielinski right there. That was kind of fun to watch, and a pick up a 5 there on first down.
They definitely are winning the battle up front. They, Ciotti with a couple great runs, gains of 5-6 yards. Let's see if they can put together a nice complete drive here. 2:45 to go.
I think we're going to stick to the ground here after losing that down, Mike, on the pass. We'll see what Coach Sanborn dials up.
Cross is going to hand it off to Welch this time. Welch breaks it up the middle, takes it to the 35, trying to bounce it to the outside. Erda's going to drag him down from behind, but not. Picks up a first down and gets pushed out of bounds right at the, looks like the 25-yard line.
Good run there. Welch's first touch of the day went for about 20 yards, and that's kind of what we've been missing, Mike. The last couple of weeks have been those plays of 20, 25 yards, and that time Welch, again, getting his foot in the action and picking up a big first down or second down run for the Bobcats, bringing it all the way to Milford. Looks right around their 25-yard line.
Here we go, 2:15 to go. Bobcats trail at 7-0. They're driving, looking to see if they can even the score here. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 25. Cross is under center at a 2-back set. Hands it off up the middle once again. This time, initial contact, but bounces it outside, and Ciotti's going to take it for a gain of 5.
Another tough run there by Anthony Ciotti. I feel like he's breaking that initial tackle right now, which is nice to see, and picking up 4 or 5 yards. That time 6 yards on first down. So Anthony Ciotti doing his part here early on.
Impressive running today by Ciotti. He's really had himself a great senior season.
Absolutely.
He was out, missed a couple games, got sick, and but he's back and he's been playing great. It's nice to have him out here. Cross is going to be under center in a 2-back set. Takes the snap. It goes to Ciotti again over the right side. Ciotti tries to find the hole, but there's nothing there.
Yeah, nothing doing there is Ben Cligmore there on the tackle. Their all-state nose guard. He's a hoss up there and picked up a tackle for no gain. So Plymouth faced again with another 3rd down and short.
Yeah, 3rd and 4 coming up here. 1 minute to go. Ball is on the, looks like the 20-yard line. Bobcats desperately need a first down in their next 2 plays. Cross is going to be under center, 2-back set. Hands it off to Welch over the right side. Welch has a first down, takes it all the way down.
Good run that time by Dylan Welch.
Looks like it's right at the 10-yard line. Nice run by Welch and a pickup of the first down.
Yeah, we'll see if it's goal to go. Looks like they're gonna drop the chain. So 1st and goal, Bobcats. This was the answer they needed, Mike, and they're definitely in field goal range as well. So we'll see if Coach Sanborn, I like he's mixing up ball carriers, he's mixing up spots, he's running the ball, he's calling a good game here early on.
Here we go, cross under center at a 2-back set. Takes the snap, goes to Ciotti. Ciotti takes it all the way down to the 6-yard line.
Looks like it's going to be
2nd down coming up, and they're probably going to let the first quarter end here. We're at about 5 seconds to go. Yeah, Coach Sanborn's going to let the clock hit zeros here, so Bobcats driving. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Ball's right on the 4-yard line. That'll do it for the first quarter. Bobcats trailing 7-0. You're listening to Bobcat Football on WPNH. While we were away, Anthony Ciotti just took it 4 yards for a Bobcat touchdown. Fogarty is out to attempt the extra point. The snap is out, the hold is down, the kick is up, and it is good, and the Bobcats even the score at 7.
Yeah, a good answer there, and off the stop on defense. So early on, obviously surrendering the big play for Milford, but Plymouth looks much sharper this afternoon, Mike, than they have in the last couple of weeks. They've certainly got these guys up for this game, so give credit where credit's due. The preparation has been there. Everyone knows that, Plymouth coaching staff, they put in the hours, and Plymouth is looking sharp here early on.
I'd be willing to bet, Ben, we're not going to see too many passes thrown the rest of the day by this Bobcat offense. I think we've just seen it, right? Two consecutive drives, one resulting in the turnover on downs, and then obviously one resulting in a touchdown, but they're moving the football, and they're doing it on the ground.
And they're doing it on the ground on base of this, offensive line that's doing a great job for them right now. Stokowski, Camp, Sanborn, Cador right now and Lyford doing a great job opening up holes for these ball carriers. And these ball carriers, Mike, are not going down on first contact. You're talking about Anthony Ciotti breaking tackles. Calvin Swanson looks the best he's been in the last year or so. And Dylan Welch has had 2 or 3 big runs here. So those 3 guys look sharp. And this is going to be a good football game if Plymouth can keep this up for sure.
So here we go. Fogarty's going to get set to kick. Bobcats even the score 7-7. Fogarty with his first kickoff of the day. It's a good one. Goes all the way down to the 5-yard line. Zielinski's going to field it. Zielinski gets a block in the back right out in front of the official. No flag on the play. Knocked one Bobcat into another. Both went down. That was dangerous.
Will Foisey just got absolutely, destroyed in the back. I don't know how they missed that one and ran right into Bassingwaith. And fortunately, Plymouth was able to make the tackle right around the 20. That was a clear block, block in the back, but no flag thus far. They're letting them play out there for sure.
There has not been one flag yet today, so you know what I just did, right, Ben?
Yeah, you just jinxed it.
I just jinxed it. There's going to be about 10 on this drive.
It's going to be that NFL meme of all the flags everywhere.
11:50 remaining here in the second quarter. It's 7-7. Bobcats just tie the score on the 4-yard Anthony Ciotti touchdown. We've got movement on the line again, and there's the flag. Ben, I've seen it a couple times. I told you.
Obviously that's because we just jinxed it for the better.
But we don't mind flags against Milford.
Yeah, absolutely. Cador got the Milford right tackle to jump on the patented Coach Lamb shift. So Plymouth doing their part. Got 1st and 15 now for Milford. And all of a sudden Milford's kind of like their sidelines all of a sudden looks like they're tensing up a little bit, some of these guys. So Plymouth just putting the pressure on them and not making things easy for them here to start this drive.
That's right, 11:49 to go. It's going to be 1st and 15. Erda's going to be under center. They're going to send a guy in motion over to the left side. They're going to hand it off. Oh, no, they're going to keep the ball to the outside. Good stiff arm as he taps the sideline and drives forward. It's going to be a first down.
And he finished that run, didn't he, Mike? Barnhill. He lowered the shoulder at the end of that run, and Brock Tanner made the tackle, but not after feeling the wrath of Barnhill for a first down. Good skirmish there by Milford on 1st and 15, picking up enough for the first down and some, bringing the ball to their own 37-yard line.
Well-designed play there by Milford. They had me confused. I didn't even know who had the football until Barnhill bounced it to the outside. It's going to be 1st and 10. Ball's right on the 36-yard line. Erda's going to be under center. He's going to once again shift a guy from right to left.
And I apologize. I'm right behind the tuba, so I can't really see much right now.
And he's going to take it and hand it off up the middle. It's going to be a gain of about 4.
Good tackle there by Lyford and company, but holding him to, it looks like about 3 yards on first down. So early on, it looks like Plymouth's just overplaying it a little bit and losing contain. So that's an easy fix on the fly. You got to kind of stay at home until you know the ball is being handed off. So they've got burned on the edge a few times. So something you need to see them clean up if they're going to be successful.
10:33 to go. Tie game here, 7-7. Erda's going to be under center. They're going to shift a guy over, left to right. Takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to the second guy. They fake the first handoff, and then they goes to the second guy. It's going to be a gain of 3.
If I remember, Mike, they show triple option out of this too, where he'll just have Erda with a pitch man, Barnhill, but that time faking it up the middle to Zielinski, handing it to Barnhill in the second option for a gain of 2. So Plymouth with a big opportunity right now to kind of shift the momentum if they were to come up with a stop here on 3rd down.
Big play in the ball game. 3rd and 4, 9:50 to go here. And Erda's going to be in the shotgun. He's got one receiver on the left side. He's going to shift a guy over left to right. Erda takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself as he tries to cut it back to the inside, and the Bobcats nearly stop him, but I think he gets enough for the first down. He does. They move the chains.
That was a good run. And actually, Mike, I don't know if you caught that. I saw him, instead of looking forward, he was looking at the first down marker while he was kind of coming down to make sure he got it, and that time was able to pick up enough for the first down.
Yeah, an impressive run there by the quarterback. 9:20 to go after the first down conversion was successful. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. Erda's going to be under center in a one-back set. Sends a guy in motion. They fake to the motion man. Erda has a man downfield. It's open, wide open. Pass completed. He trips and falls down at the 30.
Harris Jones, the tight end, had nothing but green in front of him and able to fortunately fell for the Bobcats. And the whole sideline was calling pass, and I think one of the Bobcats was, overplaying and just broke contain. And Calvin Swanson, I think, would have probably caught him with the momentum he was bringing, but that could have been a much bigger play than it was.
Yeah, it was a little underthrown. He had to stop and get it, and allowing for the Bobcats to catch up, and then, like you say, he just tripped and fell down over the 30.
Right.
Erda's going to be under center, and he's going to keep it himself. As he has the option. It does go to
good tackle there
Zielinski.
Good tackle by Sanborn right there, but
it's some good options there. Erda's obviously a great runner himself as the quarterback, and then he pitches it over to Zielinski, and the bruising running back just takes people out on his way.
Yeah, Coach Sanborn is not happy with the guys just kind of going rogue and doing it doesn't work. Mike, we've been around coaching enough to know when kids just try to go rogue, things don't often go well. So easy stuff to clean up. However, on the fly, it looks like Milford's have an answer here for Plymouth.
Erda 1st and 10. They take it all the way down to the 20-yard line. He's going to hand it off up the middle.
Yeah, Eddie Camp, nice tackle there by Camp inside.
That one goes to Zielinski. 7:50 to go. Spartans driving right now. Score tied at 7.
Looks like it's going to be 2nd and 6, but those are two big guys, Zielinski and Eddie Camp meeting in the hole. Probably two all-state nods, Mike, if I were to guess. And that's what it's all about. That's what playoff football is about, getting best on best and getting after it here.
Here we go. We got Erda, the quarterback from Milford, under center. He takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself over the left side, finds the hole, and trots it into the end zone.
Yeah, that's just overplaying the contain man on the triple option, and right now that's killing them. And Erda went in untouched after the fake dive to Zielinski. I think there's a lot of, after his first touch going for 50 yards, a lot of people keying on Zielinski, and Coach Jones, doing a good job of kind of using that in his favor and getting some of his other athletes in one-on-one situations. That time, Chuck Erda taking it with ease for 6.
Yeah, they take a 13-7 lead. They're going to come out to attempt the extra point. Pretty good drive there with a nice 3rd down pickup as well. 3rd and 4, they picked up a first down, and from there, pretty easy for Milford to go trot into the end zone that time. So the extra point is attempted by Colin Gregg. The snap is out, the hold is down, the kick is up, and it is good, and they lead it 14-7 here. 7:13 to go in the second quarter.
So if you're just joining us, Plymouth actually got the ball first, so Milford's going to be getting it at half, and obviously there's still a lot of time left here in the first half, but I think that's kind of weary of Coach Sanborn and the staff, knowing that, that you can't go down 2 scores at half and give Milford the ball with the potential to put it up 3 scores. So this is an important drive here for the Bobcats. They need to answer that long touchdown scoring drive there by Milford.
Yeah, and we've seen the Bobcats move the ball on the ground, so we'll see if we do more of that. Ben, pretty quick first half, all in all. I think very well. It's clean. I think both teams are out here executing as best they can and playing some solid defense, and we'll see what type of chess game the coaches can come up with to try to win this football game.
And we knew it was going to be a good one, and Coach Jones winning the game right now based off his first play of the game. But I think, Mike, if you're Coach Sanborn's got some plays up his sleeve too that he's waiting knowing that, as you said, these two very close and speak highly of one another. So it's a good all-around football game here.
After the Erta touchdown, Greg is getting set to kick off for Milford. Welch and Tanner set to return. Heels right on the 10-yard line. It's a good kick.
A big kick.
It was over the head of Welch into the end zone. It's going to be a touchback.
Big kick there. That one almost went out of the end zone.
Yeah, his extra point would have been good from about 40.
Yeah.
He's got a big leg. Second touchback of the day for Greg. 7:13 to go. Bobcat offense makes their way out, trailing 14-7.
It's going to have to go 80 yards here, and right now the bread and butter has been just traditional Plymouth play calling. Haven't gone to the air once, incomplete, but haven't really had to desperately go to the air yet. So you'd like to see a couple first downs, especially to try to get the ball out of this end for sure. So we'll see what Coach Sanborn, if he can continue this good play calling here for the Bobcats.
We go 1st and 10 from the 20. Cross is going to be under center in a two-back set. Takes the handoff. It goes up the middle to Ciotti. Ciotti with another nice run. It looks like a gain of 9.
He's been solid this afternoon on first down. Picked up a big gain on first down, 8 yards. I mean, that's bread and butter, right? That's kind of where the successes come from, is they haven't had 2nd and 15 or 3rd and 9. It's been 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2. You can kind of open up the playbook a little bit more. And Anthony Ciotti, one of the keys to that, as he picked up another 9-yard gain on first down.
Yeah, this would be the time, Ben, if you're going to take a shot downfield with a throw.
I
Second
agree.
and short.
I agree, but they're coming out in double tights here, Mike. So
here we go. Crosses under center. They're going to stuff it into the chest of Dylan Welch. Welch, ball is out, and Milford has recovered. The ball got punched out by the Spartans, and they have recovered the fumble. They're going to have the ball right at their own 35-yard line.
Welch had enough for the first down and some, and coughed up for the football. And just like that, Milford's going to take over at their own 36-yard line. So
and the Bobcat defense desperately needs to stop here.
Yeah, if you're Plymouth right now, you need to get out of the dodge somehow, and it's not going to be an easy task. And we've seen Coach Jones call plays in the past, Mike. I wouldn't be surprised to try to take a shot here on first down.
Here we go, 6:26 after the fumble was recovered by Milford. They're going to hand it off up the middle, bounces it to the outside, and nearly gets tripped up, but drags a couple of Bobcats down all the way inside the 10-yard line.
They're going to have holding downfield as looks like the tight end Harris Jones right in front of the play had a big hold, so that's going to march them back.
This is why I talk about the flags, Ben.
Yeah, it's been good juju for us.
6:18 to go here in the first half. Bobcats trail it 14-7. Big run there by Zielinski. Excuse me, that's Barnhill. Gets brought back, and it's going to be. Looks like it's going to be second down.
No,
now it'll be first down. They'll repeat the down. So.
Yeah. But either way, it negates. Looked like about a 30-yard gain there on first down. So I still think they have to march it off. This is confusing.
Yeah, the officials are out on the field right now trying to sort this out, figure out where the football is going to be spotted. Okay, they have determined that it is going to stay there.
Coach Sanborn's just getting an explanation.
And 5:58 to go in the first half. Again, the Bobcats trail 14-7. The second quarter is brought to you by Wilson Tire. Wilson Tire, they're the dependable car people all year round, Lebanon, Plymouth, and Randolph. Online at wilsontire.com. 5:45 to go. Erta is going to take the snap under center, keep it himself, and have no gain on the play.
Another tackle there by Nate Ruff again. Nate Ruff's been playing well the last couple of weeks on defense and picked up another tackle. I'll tell you what, man. Erda with his ball handling is really fooled some, including you and I. He tucks that ball last second, and that time pulled it just as even the ball carrier was getting tackled. So it's a skill that's not it's learned. Not you got to practice reps and reps, but that also at the same time can be very dangerous.
Here they go. They're going to rush to the line. Erda's going to be under center in a one-back set. Sends a guy in motion right to left. They give it to the motion man. And a nice
Charlie Peters. That's a great tackle by Charlie Peters right there.
That was a nice play by Joe.
Oh, was it?
Joe Peters?
Joe Peters. What did I say, Charlie?
Yeah. I think getting confused with Charlie Como from last year.
Yeah, you're right.
Joe Peters is going to come up and make a great tackle. You're absolutely right.
Everyone gets one. Joe Peters came up and made a great tackle.
4:30 to go. Bobcat defense desperately needing a stop here. It's going to be 3rd and 10 coming up from Milford. See if they can force a punt, but Milford might be going for this even if they don't get it. Erda's going to be under center. He's going to end up handing it off, and going to be a gain of about 2 on the play.
Much better contain and doing your job there on the read option. And even that one, Mike, you saw Erda in there 3, 4, 5 seconds and just elected to hand it off. And the defensive line for Plymouth did a great job of not letting anything free, and that's going to force 4th and 8.
4th and 8. The Bobcats desperately need a stop coming off of the lost fumble recovered by Milford, and a Milford first down or Milford score in this drive would be
detrimental.
It would be backbreaking. It would certainly hurt. Let's see if the Bobcat defense can step up here on 4th and 9. Erda's going to be in the shotgun. They got 3 receivers stacked over there on the right side. One guy alongside him. Erda takes the snap. He rolls out to the right side, has a guy downfield. Ball is overthrown, incomplete.
Brock Tanner in coverage, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. And that's 3 times now that Milford's come out in that trips formation. It looks like Erda just rolls to that side. So that time the Plymouth defense, like you said, needed to stop, and they got it. So you can put that fumble in the rear view.
We're going to have to remember this part in the game, Ben. That was huge by the Bobcat defense to force the long throw and get the turnover on downs here. Let's see if they can drive the length of the field here. 3:25 to go in the first half, trailing at 14-7.
I'll tell you what, Mike, this next 3 minutes and 25 seconds is going to be the most important part of this football game. If Plymouth's able to score, it's going to make or break the game, and if weathering the storm, it's going to be a huge segment.
Cross is going to hand it off over the right side. It looks like Ciotti is going to try to fight for the extra yards. He only gets 1, so it's going to be 2nd and 9 coming up.
Yeah, it looked like Zielinski on defense able to make a stop. So both those running backs, Mike also play linebacker for Milford. So talk about 2 kids that you can kind of build a team around. That's
we saw it last week with Sanborn. They put in their best player at quarterback, and it was he had himself probably his best game of the season, maybe of his career.
And it's funny, we were talking with Dave Haley of the sports page and talking about this kid, and it was he was like, what? Like, you never heard of him? Because, Sanborn, it's out there. It's kind of far away, but that's a way to put yourself on a stage and be a player. 2nd
and 9. Cross is going to hand it off to Welch over the left side. Welch tries to bounce it to the outside. He takes it enough for the first down. Takes it right to the Bobcat 45-yard line. They're going to move the chains.
2 hands on that football that time from Dylan Welch, and he was able to take over the left side for enough for the first down. Joe Peters downfield making a great block. Not his alter ego or his brother Charlie, but picking up enough for the first down. So that's a play right there. Coach Sanborn's given trust in his junior running back to make plays. So
here we go. Cross is going to be under center in a 2-back set. 1st and 10 from the 46. He hands it off up the middle to Ciotti. Ciotti's going to take it for a gain of 7.
So there's that. Instead of that 6-7 yard gain on first down. So 1:55 left. Coach Sanborn's got a little bit of an eye on that clock as we're right around midfield. This is definitely an opportunity that Plymouth needs to take advantage of, Mike.
2 timeouts remaining for the Bobcat offense, and all 3 left for Milford. Again, we're at 1:40 to go here in the first half. Bobcats driving as they cross into Milford territory. Cross is going to be under center in a 2-back set. Hands it off to Ciotti, this time over the right side. We have a flag down on the play.
three flags down as looked like they're going to get Plymouth for an obvious hold, and that's the first kind of, other than the turnover, the first kind of shoot yourself in the foot moment here for the Bobcats.
Yeah, first flag.
Oh, it's going to be a face mask against the defense.
Wow, Ben, this is huge. This is going to move the Bobcats way up. Everybody thought it was a hold, including Coach Sanborn, how unhappy he was over there on the sideline. But this is going to be work in the favor of the Bobcats, because not only does it move us up to the 30, it stops the clock.
That was a personal foul face mask, they call it.
So the ball gets spotted. They restart the clock, and we're at 1:15 to go. Again, 2 timeouts remaining.
Hey, just saying, the good lucks with the flags continue for the Bobcats.
Cross is going to be under center in a 2-back set. Hands it off over the right side once again to Ciotti. Ciotti gets tripped up, goes down. He's going to have a gain of 3.
It's like every one of Anthony Ciotti's carries has been on first down, and it looks like Plymouth's going to use their first timeout here.
Yeah, we're going
to
stay right here with you on the field. We don't want to miss any of the action with 57 seconds to go. Bobcats driving, they have it. It's going to be 2nd and 7 after the gain of 3. It's right on the 26-yard line. So, Ben, this would be huge if the Bobcats can come out with a touchdown.
So it's 2 things here. Whether Coach Sanborn is calling a couple plays and trying to save that timeout till it gets to about 18, 17 seconds and putting faith that they'll be disciplined enough to execute a couple of play series, or he's kind of talking things over and he's going to elect to go to the air here. Only gone to the air once thus half, and Jake Crowley was the intended target. Obviously, we know his capabilities around this area, Mike. He's had some success with Curtis Cross this season, throwing that shoulder fade. So we'll see. If I were Coach Sanborn, I'd draw a couple play series here, try to pick up the first down, burn your timeout, and then take 4 shots at the end zone.
I'd love to see a Dylan Welch jet sweep as well. I mean, I know that gets him around the outside edge, but towards that sideline. So if he's unable to cut it upfield, at least maybe he's running towards the sideline.
And the next thing is you're probably a first down away from field goal range as well, too. So that's something you got to keep in mind as well.
Here we go. 2nd and 7 coming up. Cross is going to be under center in a 2-back set. Takes the snap. He draws back to pass. Has a man open downfield. It's Crowley. Ball is up and incomplete.
I'll tell you what. It was a beautifully thrown ball there by Curtis Cross. Number 6, Trice Cody, in coverage, was able to get his hand in there, and Jake Crowley, coming off a bit of a shoulder injury, went up and tried to make a play for the Bobcats. That was a beautifully thrown ball there, and
a really nice play by the defensive back,
absolutely.
Milford. And so it's going to be 3rd and 7 coming up. 51 seconds remaining. Ball is on the 27-yard line, Milford's 27-yard line. Again, the Bobcats trail at 14-7. Milford will have the ball to start the second half.
And chest for chest here as Coach Dave Jones is trying to call out wheel. He's trying to call Coach Sanborn's plays before Coach is calling them.
Here we go. Curtis is going to be under center. 2-back set. Takes a snap. Handoff goes to Swanson over the left side. Swanson takes it, and we've got a timeout. Plymouth to stop the clock with 46 seconds to go. Once again, we're gonna stay here with you. We want to make sure we don't miss any of the action.
This is going to be a very interesting play call, and I think Coach Sanborn wisely called timeout because he's going to want to have all the input he can get from his coaching staff right here to dial up his best play. 4th and 3. It's a long 2 yards or 3 yards. If I were under the headset here, Mike, I think that you might see the first counter of the game. Haven't seen it yet. They've run that play pretty successfully, so that might be an option here for the Bobcats. But Coach Sanborn definitely using it all the time he can get to kind of make this play call.
Yeah, counter. We haven't seen the throwback screen at all. We saw it get set up last week. I believe it was to Joe Peters, and it was dropped, but it was set up last week against Sanborn. Here we go. 46 seconds to go. It's 4th and 3.
If I had to guess, I'm going counter here. That's my gut feeling.
Here we go. We've got Cross under center, 1-back set. Cross back to pass. Has a man open downfield. Shouty ball picked off. Milford has picked him off at the 5-yard line. It's Erda, and Erda takes it to the 15.
So obviously seeing something on film that they wanted to try to run a skinny post right up the gut to Anthony Ciotti, and Chuck Erda was right there waiting. It was a good defensive play. I think that was a gut call right there, something they saw on film. So Milford's going to take over on Plymouth's second turnover of the game. 36
seconds to go. The pass was intercepted by Erda. It was a well thrown ball. Just a little
behind Anthony.
A little behind, and Erda was just kind of standing there. Just kind of fell right into his lap. So they're going to take over with 36 seconds to go. It's 1st and 10 from the 15. We have movement on the line. It's going to be a false start against Milford.
So that's the second time they've fallen for that shift. So that's going to back them up another 5 yards.
Who's it going to be, Ben? Somebody needs to step up and make a big play here.
I would be shocked if I know Coach Jones has all 3 of his timeouts. I would be absolutely shocked if he would try to go rogue here and try to hoist something up, but you never know. 36 seconds, they certainly have some playmakers on that side of the football, so we'll see if he's content with going in up a score, getting the ball at half, or he's going to try to pile on another score here.
Here we go. Erda's going to be under center. Takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to the second guy. Looks like it's Barnhill.
Yeah, and they're going to let the clock go. So it looks like it's going to be after a kind of a back and forth half of football. Plymouth's only going to be down 7 at the turn here, and Coach Dave Jones waving his team off the field. So looks like it's going to be a 14-7 Milford Spartan lead at home.
Yeah, it's been a good one. Exactly what we thought, Ben. It's 14-7 going into halftime. Milford's going to go talk things over. They'll have the ball to start the second half. We'll take a break. When we come back, we're going to go over. Hand out some regular season awards, Ben. We're going to go over what both teams need to do to win this football game today. Listen to Bobcat football on WPNH. Fake reverse for Milford and a 51-yard touchdown on their first play of the game. They led 7-0, and then we had an Anthony Ciotti 4-yard touchdown run to make it 7-7. Then the quarterback for Milford, Erda, with an 11-yard touchdown scamper untouched to make it 14-7. Bobcats with 2 turnovers, Ben, and they're certainly going to have to take better care of the football if they hope to win this game.
Yeah, 2 turnovers in the first half, one at the end of the half when they had the ball inside Milford's 20-yard line. That one hurts, especially before the half, and Milford getting the ball at half. So all said and done, Mike, at the end of the day, after 2 turnovers, only being down 7 on the road is something that they can be proud of and they can build off of. I think that early on their jitters were starting to get to them. They were kind of overplaying things, kind of bid on some fakes, and ever since then it's been definitely better as far as discipline's concerned. Obviously, you'd hate to see the interception before the half, but all in all, they've answered the bell and they've got themselves in a football game.
Pretty clean first half by the Bobcats. No penalties for them. I think 5 in the second quarter, all in the second quarter after I jinxed it for Milford.
Yep.
They lead it 14-7, and Ben, they're going to have to create some turnovers of their own if they're going to hope to win this football game.
Yeah, absolutely, and we talked about that in the pregame, having to win the turnover battle, but this is a case where Plymouth all of a sudden find themselves down 2-0, and a couple of fumbles by Milford were able to be recovered actually by the Spartans themselves in Erda. So right now, I think that cleaning that side of the football up as far as turnovers. I don't mind if you're throwing a deep ball and a time calls for it where there's a turnover, but fumbling the football on a first down run is unacceptable, obviously, and something that they know, and we're just preaching to the choir. But they definitely got to clean that up as well.
Yeah, and I think they will. They're over there talking about it right now, and they've done a great job on defense too. They had a couple huge stops, turnover on downs, so it's there. Towards the end of this halftime show, Ben, you and I will talk about what each team needs to do to try to win this football game. Until then, I like the way the Bobcats are playing. I think they're going to definitely have a chance to win this game today.
I believe they've set themselves up for success, and where it's going to come down to, Mike, is they absolutely necessarily need a stop coming out of the half and getting the ball back only down. If they let up a touchdown and make it 21-7, it's going to be a much tougher road than getting the ball back down a score. So that's what I think kind of where we're at as far as what they're talking about at halftime, somehow trying to get the ball back after this first possession.
You've got the pep band who I helped play in the first half out on the field right now. It is a nice scene. Get a lot of kids involved in a Saturday playoff football game. And, yeah, I mean, I'm so close to the pep band, I could literally take the baton and start playing the drum during our broadcast.
Yeah, you were a little bit out of rhythm on Sweet Caroline, but you picked it up on your second rendition. So, again, we've dealt with much worse. I'd rather be next to a band than on a retaining wall, as we all know, but it's a beautiful afternoon. The Milford community has a lot of people out here supporting their football team and has seen themselves a good afternoon of football.
No doubt. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will go over our regular season awards that Ben and I typically do and kind of put Ben on the spot a little bit. We have not discussed these at all, so this will be good. You listen to Bobcat Football on WPNH. Ben, we're going to start rolling into some of our regular season awards. Like I said, Ben and I have not discussed any of these. In fact, I don't even think Ben knew that I was going to spring this on him.
I had a gut feeling. I know we've been doing it for a while, but you know, I'm ready to. There's one thing about me: you can throw me into I can fail at anything. So let's get it going.
So we're going to start with one of our favorite awards, and Ben, I'm going to need you to explain what this award is and the meaning of it. But the Mutt Player of the Year.
The MUT, so MUT comes from a term that the coaching staff uses, and it's an acronym. The MUT is most unselfish teammates. And what that person does is it might be someone that, you know, needs to, you know, do the dirty work and not have their name in the paper every weekend. But this is just one that we take pride in, and every successful team has a slew of these guys that will get down and do the dirty work for some of these other kids to really shine through. So this award historically has gone to someone that, you know, is a crowd favorite, and there's a reason why, because they do things that, you know, might pop up once in a while, and it's a kid that, you know, everyone kind of likes and speaks highly of. So this year I'm going to give my Mutt Award for the 2021 campaign to Javon Kador, a kid that, you know, has done it every weekend and week out, both defensively and offensively. A soft-spoken kid. He's not a big rah-rah guy, but he's a guy that's done a lot and everything that the coaching staff has asked for. So I think it's well-deserved for Javon Kador.
Those of you that listen to our broadcast know that we say his name quite a bit, especially on the defensive side of the ball, having himself a great season this year. I would think he'll be an all-state player. Just really done a lot of great things, and a good pick there. So we're going to move into our most improved player.
And this one might be a head scratcher to some of you guys, but once you hear my explanation, it makes sense, and that's Curtis Cross. Curtis came into the season with a lot of question marks. Obviously, it's not an easy feat to come in and play quarterback, let alone your last year. And a lot of that role has often been taken by a younger kid in this system to give them more game experience. You think years ago, Cody Bannon stepping in as a sophomore and doing it, and Ben Olmstead, you know, but Curtis Cross, it's a lot has asked of him, especially this year, and I think that we know Kurt to be, you know, somewhat of an emotional player, and he's kind of had to put that on the wayside and really just play through some things that he might not have in years past, and I say that with the utmost respect. Obviously, Kurt's my guy, and it excites me to see him turn a leaf and as far as play through some adversity and really have a great season for the Bobcats.
Yeah, I believe maturity is part of this improvement, and he certainly has come a long way. It's been fun to watch him have a great senior season, and I think he's going to roll it right into the basketball court for you this year.
I hope so.
And just keep a tremendous athlete. So another good pick, and right now you and I are on the exact same page. Those would have been the two that I picked in the first two awards as well.
That could be a good thing or a bad thing in my eyes.
So we're going to move on to Defensive Player of the Year.
Well, I honestly, you know, this one was a head scratcher until I heard some of the recent stats coming in, and now that I think about it, it doesn't surprise me. Leading the team in tackles and playing a lot of both sides of the football, and team leader in tackles, and I think he had 18 tackles in a Timberlane game, so that's pretty impressive. That's Brock Tanner. having a great year defensively for the Bobcats, both offensively and defensively, but leading the team in tackles, and obviously they wouldn't be as successful without him. So that's going to be my nod for the Defensive Player of the Year.
The Matthew Slater Special Teams Award,
Oh,
Ben.
boy. Well, I wish this, first off, if I had to say, I wish this award would be renamed because...
Well, I'm in control of the awards.
Yeah, obviously, I can't knock Matt Slater, but I can. So special teams this year, been kind of a Achilles heel for the Bobcats in the sense that they've had some different guys doing a lot of different stuff, but kind of the staple that's been there not only for this year but for 3 years, and a lot of people don't know, is Calvin Swanson's been the long snapper for the Bobcats for 3 years, and he's one of the sure things. I can't remember, Mike, and I know if you can, a botched snap on special teams. I'm going to knock on wood 1,000 times for those of you at home, but that's been kind of a thing that they haven't had to worry about. And Calvin Swanson doing the snapping for the last 3 years, he's going to get my Special Teams Player of the Year.
And our last one, I know a lot of people don't like to give these awards. I'm not one of those people. I think that you reward the best player, and you should tell people who it is. So we're going to give an MVP award for the season.
So it's been obvious in the past because you've had some pretty special talents the last couple of years for the Bobcats. You think of guys like Cody Bannon, Cole Johnson. You think of guys like Garrett Maycumber, who was a Gatorade Player of the Year, that were obvious picks. This year it's a little different because there hasn't been that one guy, that's been head over heels, the stat patter for years. You got a slew of guys that have been up for this award for this year. So I'm just going to name some guys that were in consideration. Obviously, Anthony Ciotti, I think, leads the team in touchdowns. He was definitely in consideration. Curtis Cross, you talk about Joe Peters has been a guy. He was hurt, but, I mean, if he played a full season of football, I think that's a no-brainer, especially what he does on the defensive side of the football. So with that being said, I think there's a reason why I choose this individual. That's Eddie Camp. He's going to be my Player of the Year, and that's for 2 reasons. Number one, he's probably Plymouth's best football player when it comes to the team that they put on the field with him versus the team that they put on the field without him. He brings the mentality and the physicality way up when he's in the lineup, and he's a kid, Mike, that a lot of teams speak highly of. I know Coach Sanborn says that teams think that he is probably, if not one of the best linemen in the state, just with the way that he moves, he can play, and his physicality. And they say that he's just the best leader they have. So with that being said, he's going to get my Player of the Year nod, and I think probably the first lineman to get that nod since we've been doing the awards for 5 years. So that's my slate, unless you've got one hidden new award that you haven't told me about. That's going to be my slate of awards.
No, that's you did a great job. Put you on the spot. All good picks. Obviously, Ben and I watch every game that the Bobcats play, and we obviously know the kids because we're around them and we coach them, and we had a lot of them as students. So nice to give the kids a little shout out and recognition. Both teams have made their way to the sideline. Ben and I are going to take a quick break, and we'll bring you the second half kickoff when we return. You listen to Bobcat Football on WPNH. Welcome back. Bobcats trail 14-7. Will Fogarty getting set to kick off to the Spartans. They get the heels right on looks like the 5-yard line, so it's a good kick. Fielded right at the 5, crosses the 10. Bobcats are downfield. Bodies flying everywhere. No flags in the play. Ciotti's going to bring him down. We have a flag down.
Late flag. There was another block in the back again on Foisey, who that's another kid, Mike, that we've had for a couple of years has done a good job this year for the Bobcats on the special teams. But
that's another name, right? I mean, that would have been one that you could have considered for the Matthew Slater Special Teams Player of the Year.
You mean the Special Teams Player of the Year award? Yeah, that's something that I considered as well. But Mike, you talk about coming out of the half. I know normally we get some time to talk about some keys to the second half. The biggest key that I would have said would have been this possession right here for the defense. And obviously Milford starting at their own 10-yard line is definitely going to be a factor. But Plymouth needs to come out and get a stop here right now and get the ball back only down a score.
Here we go, 11:51 to go in the third quarter. Bobcats trail 14-7. Erda, the quarterback for Milford, is going to be under center. Shifts his guys up to the line and sends Barnhill in motion. He's going to keep it himself, rolls out, has a man downfield. Pass is underthrown, incomplete.
Swanson in coverage there. They went to Harris Jones there over the right side. That was the same play they got burned on in the first half, and Swanson doing a good job and looks pretty healthy, Mike. He closed on that gap in a hurry and was able to get in coverage. But talking with some adjustments for this game, looks like that Plymouth actually has another down lineman in there, and that's kind of been a factor and helped them in the run game. But at that time, Jonesy electing to go to the air on first down, something that I probably would have never guessed he would have done.
No, I mean, and they've had success running the football. But here we go. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Ball's on the 20-yard line. Looks like, the 15-yard line. Erda's going to send his guys in motion. He's got one receiver out on the right side. He is under center. Takes the snap, he hands it off up the middle, and Bobcats close quickly. It's going to be a gain of about 8.
Joe Peters on the tackle.
He tried to do it again.
That was a fake out. Joe Peters on the tackle and came up from his right linebacker's position to make a tackle on the left side. So it's going to be 3rd down and 3. And right now, Mike, you got to dig your heels in, and someone's got to come up and make a play here for the Bobcats.
11:15 to go in the third quarter. Again, the Bobcats trail at 14-7.
We'll see if one of my halftime guys come up. I'd like to see Eddie Camp get a tackle for loss right now.
Here we go on 3rd down. Erda's going to be under center. Sends a guy in motion. The counter goes over the left side to Barnhill. Nearly wrap him up in the backfield, but he's going to have enough for the first down. No flags on the play. It'll be a first down for Milford.
I thought Jeff Leifert was getting held over the right side. Stakowski almost had a huge tackle for loss right there, and obviously a kid of Barnhill's talent, you're not going to get an arm tackle on him, and unfortunately, good play call there by Dave Jones and a first down for the Spartans.
10:57. And Ben, I believe the Milford coach is Keith Jones.
Keith Jones. What did I say, Dave Jones?
You can make up whatever names you want today.
It is Keith Jones. I apologize.
It's whatever names you want. It's fine. 10:40 to go. The third quarter, Bobcats trail 14-7 after the first down conversion. It's going to be 1st and 10. Erda going to hand it off.
Great tackle by Stakowski.
Stakowski, no.
That was a great tackle right there, and something that he needs to get himself going a little bit here in the second half. And first tackle for loss there on first down by the Bobcats.
Yeah, two big boys meeting at the line, and Stakowski wins that one.
Yep.
So clock keeps moving, no gain on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Ball is on the Milford 25-yard line. Erda is under center. Sends a guy in motion. Pitches to the motion man.
Pass.
Barnhill, pitch pass, has a man downfield. Pass is underthrown, incomplete.
Pitch pass was well covered by Joe Peters and Calvin Swanson. Honestly, if Calvin had turned his head around, that ball was tremendously underthrown. That would have been he would have had a chance to make an interception on that, but just when Coach Keith Jones was trying to call another play from his bag of tricks, Plymouth has an answer to make it 3rd and long.
Good job by the Bobcat defense, desperately needing a stop. Once again, 3rd and 10, big play coming up here. Ball's on the Milford 25-yard line. And 9:44 to go here in the third quarter.
This is a big play. I'd like to see them get a little pressure on Chuck Erda here.
Here we go. Erda in the shotgun, sends a guy in motion. Drops back to pass, looking left. It goes to the motion man. Pass is underthrown, incomplete.
Great step-for-step coverage by Brock Tanner and a good response there by Coach Lamb's defense. That was a little bit of a design wheel route, and Brock Tanner was step-for-step with Zielinski, and that's going to force a punt And good job there by the Bobcats out of halftime to get the stop they needed. I'd like to see them try to dial up a punt block right here and see if they can get their hands on a football.
Ben, just getting a text out in Washington, a former player of mine and a good friend of ours, Sean Boyle, out watching all the way in Washington, requesting a shout-out.
I would have never given him it because he requested it.
Oh. Well, we haven't even started to get into it. Punt is blocked. It's in the end zone. It's going to be a Bobcat touchdown. The Bobcats have recovered it. And they're going to signal touchdown, a huge play.
Needed it. Dialed up the punt block. Coach Boyle's special teams. And just like that, all of a sudden, I don't know who got the block on it, but needed a punt block there for a touchdown, and Coach Boyle dialed up perfectly, and just like that, it's going to be a 14-13 ball game.
If you could have been on the ride down with us today, Ben was giving Coach Boyle quite a hard time about punt block and how they haven't had one all season long. That right there, Ben, is the biggest punt block of the season.
Yeah.
And that's going to make it 14-13, 9:29 to go. Looked like Caden Sanborn recovered the ball in the end zone for the touchdown.
Wow.
The snap is out. The ball is up. And it is good. So the Bobcats tie it at 14. Huge play, huge momentum swing.
Wow. It's funny, you know, you can throw records out the window essentially in the playoffs in high school regardless, but if you were to see this Plymouth team last week, Mike, that we saw playing at home against Sanborn, and this Plymouth team that you're watching on the road at Milford, it is night and day. And that was only a week ago.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about that, and we've been trying to forget it. You know, a lot of people have reached out to me. What happened last week? They're high school kids.
Right.
And that's what happened last week, and they didn't have a great week, and the other team showed up and played great. The other team got to get out of school at 9:30 in the morning. They were treated like Division I football players for a day.
And we witnessed how dangerous it is to kind of play with no repercussions, right? Everyone's expecting Milford to come win this football game.
That's right.
It's a dangerous feeling when you've literally got nothing to lose. And right now, Plymouth's got that kind of bounce in their step, that loose feeling, as we're going to see Fogarty tee the ball up in a tie football game here in the third quarter.
Here we go. We got a ball game. Fogarty getting set to kick off. 9:29 to go in the third quarter. Bobcats tie it after the block punt touchdown recovered by Caden Sanborn. And the sideline over there for Plymouth is buzzing. It's going to be a low kick. It goes off him, and the Bobcats are going to recover. It looks the ball squirted loose. It appears Milford has recovered. Yeah, they're going to signal. The ball was in the hands of a Bobcat player. It popped out as he tried to fall down on the football. Milford luckily recovers the ball.
A perfectly pooched squib right at the front line. And that was seen on film, too. It looked like the front line was just leaving early, and Fogarty just blasted it off his back, and it took a perfect bounce. Oh, that would have been huge.
Wow, here we go. So the good starting position for Milford after they luckily recover the ball. Erda is going to be under center on 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Sends a guy in motion left to right. Bobcats going to shift. They send a motion man. It goes to Barnhill. Barnhill looking to cut it back upside. No gain on the play.
They're just not. That's the adjustment that Coach Lamb's made. They're not diving in on the edges. They're holding that contain. And that time Swanson came up from his corner position, and no doing for Zielinski there on the jet sweep. So that's going to be 2nd and 10. And I know you feel it, Mike. It's that buzz going right now, especially to the right of us. The Plymouth faithful is just behind us, and we got ourselves a football game here.
Here we go. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Erda under center. It goes up the middle. Sorry, Erda's going to keep it himself. Erda hurdles one Bobcat. Stays in bounds, and he's going to have enough for the first down. What a run by the quarterback, Erda.
That was impressive. That was an impressive run right there. And Joe Peters ended up making the tackle downfield. And there was some skirmish downfield that was not called. Calvin Swanson looked like he got hit late on that, but that was an impressive run by Chuck Erda. He's a pretty good athlete.
That was unbelievable. I thought, once again, with the option fooled me. I thought Barnhill had it up the middle. So did the Bobcats. They brought him down. Erda kind of squeaked one out, so it's going to be 1st and 10. They take it into Bobcat territory. Erda is going to hand it off up the middle. The Bobcats are going to bring him down.
Yeah, Stakowski that time. And it's funny, so they've got Caden Sanborn kind of playing a hybrid linebacker nose guard position. So keep an eye on that if you're at home. 64 in white. He'll often play middle linebacker, and when they want him to be that fifth guy on the nose, he quickly just gets in a 4-point stance and dives forward.
Good adjustment by Coach Lamb this week, as Erda's going to be under center on 2nd and 10. He's going to take the snap, hand it off to Zielinski. Zielinski's going to go down, but after a gain of about 4.
So it looks like after the quick kind of run, sprint to the it's not a no huddle. They just break the huddle and sprint to the line. It's going to be 3rd down and about 7. So this is a situation where if you're Keith Jones, you go for it here with 4 downs and allow some more momentum to be had for Plymouth. So we'll see what the play call here is on 3rd and 7.
Here we go, 7:14 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Score is tied at 14, 3rd and 7 from the Bobcat 35-yard line. Erda's going to be under center for Milford. Sends a guy in motion right to left. Fake the pitch. The handoff goes to
Stakowski.
Looks like Barnhill, and Stakowski does the job.
He's had, I don't know who talked to him at halftime, but he's up for this half, and that time making his presence felt again as he just grabbed Zielinski and just held him up at the line. So no gain there on the counter. It's going to be 4th and 7 in decision time here for Milford, as they look like they're going to keep their offense on the field.
The offense stays out there. The Bobcats desperately needing a stop, see if they can keep the momentum going in their favor.
I mean, 2 back-to-back good plays there. You got your 2 seniors, Stakowski and Camp, inside doing everything they can.
Here we go, 4th and 7. Erda in the shotgun for Milford. 1 receiver over the left side. They send a guy in motion. He fakes it to him. Rolls out to the left side. Throws it up. Pass is going to be complete. Has enough for the 1st down as he gets knocked out of bounds at the 10-yard line.
So must have been a blown coverage, or Coach Lamb dialed up some pressure, and that's going to bring... Looked like close to 1st and goal territory. We'll see where the mark is, but good answer there by Milford on 4th down.
Looked like Erda almost tripped and went down too. He kept his feet and made a nice throw.
Yeah.
So it is going to be 1st and goal coming up. Ball's right on the 10-yard line. 6:07 to go here in the 3rd. Tie game at 14. Erda's going to be under center. Takes the snap. He's going to hand it off up the middle, but we have a flag down on the play.
Looks like in the area of holding. We'll see. That would be big because it's goal to go here for the Spartans. We'll see what the flag is.
As the officials are in the center talking it over. It is going to be a hold against Milford.
So that's going to back them up and goal to go. So we've seen situations dating back, Mike, to earlier this year where teams have had 1st and goal from the 10 and they wouldn't run their next play till they were about the 20 or 25-yard line. So they're going to be 1st and goal from the
Looks like the 20, yep. So they wind the clock. Under 6 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. The Bobcats, they need a turnover. They need.
Yeah, they just need to keep them. They need to keep them out of the end zone.
Here we go. Erda's going to be in the shotgun. Bobcats with their shift. Sends a guy in motion. Fakes it to the motion man. Rolls out to the right side. Looking downfield. He's going to tuck it and run it himself. Crosses the 10. Picks up a nice block downfield. Touchdown, Erda. Wow.
Yeah, effortless runner he is, and he's patient too. That time just scampered around the edge and picked up a few blocks that, you know, got him going, and he was able to just take it around untouched for a Milford touchdown.
So the 20-yard touchdown run, he ran about 50.
Yeah, I don't know if it's at the point where he's worthy of having a quarterback spy, but we'll see what happens.
Here we go. The kick is up, and Greg, it's good. So they lead it 21-14. So you get the block punt, Ben. We nearly recover and I don't believe it was an onside kick, but it was kicked off of a Milford player. We had it in our hands. The ball squirts out. Milford luckily recovers it, and they take it 51 yards for a touchdown.
Yeah, it's the, I don't know if it was too, Mike. I don't think it was, but that's kind of the risk you take with the onside stuff, is you surrender that field position. And you know, Plymouth got, you know, it wasn't like Milford made it, you know, they had to convert on a 4th down for that scoring possession. So that's going to bring the score to 21-14. And if you're Plymouth, you've got yourselves in a game where now you have to kind of try to respond here and respond to that score and keep yourselves in this football game.
Yeah, 5:32 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Milford just taking a 21-14 lead. And Bobcat offense will come out.
So again, like I said in the pregame, Milford's been inept to try some risky stuff on the special team side. I don't think they'll try it, but Coach Boyle indicating that he had to switch up some of the personnel up front to make sure that their hands team is on it at all costs here.
Of course, Colin Gregg, huge foot. I think he's got 2 touchbacks on the day so far. And see if they just elect to kick it again for the 3rd touchback of the day. Here we go.
I think they're just going to let him launch. And
Welch and Tanner are back. Heels right on the 5-yard line. And the kick is out. It's a big one. Goes to Welch. He's going to field it right at the 5-yard line. Welch has blockers downfield on the left side. He crosses the 20, trying to turn the corner. Gets knocked out of bounds, and he's going to have pretty good field position right at the 27-yard line.
Yeah, so not bad recovery there. And this kid, Greg, has quite the foot, Mike. He gets some elevation on that ball, and Dylan Welch was able to take it over the right side and set up Bobcats, I think, with some of their best starting field position. Obviously, the touchback brings out to the 20, but taking over at the 27-yard line.
It's been a while since the drum's been played. I'm kind of tempted to just grab this baton right now, pick it up, start playing myself.
We'll have to get a picture for our for the website here.
Here we go. The Bobcat offense out on the field. 5:25 to go here in the 3rd quarter, trailing 21-14. Cross is going to be under center in a 2-back set. Takes the snap, hands it off over the right side to Swanson. Swanson's going to have a gain of 2.
So trying over the right side again, and Calvin Swanson picking up 2 yards. So Plymouth, some more traditional play calling in the first half, a lot of run first. Obviously had the interception towards the end of the first half when they had a potential to put some more points on the board. But Coach Sanborn going back to kind of their bread and butter and picking up 2 yards there on 1st down.
4:50 left in the 3rd. Cross under center, 2-back set. 2nd and 8 coming up. Takes the snap, hands it off over the right side to Ciotti. Ciotti has a nice block downfield. He's going to have a pretty good run and a gain of 5. Boy, he's been tough today.
Yeah, he has. He's been doing a great job of breaking that initial tackle. But here we go, Mike. We got 3rd down and 4, and what would be a must pick up, in my opinion, because you can't think that Coach Sanborn's going to go for it on 4th down in his own end. But we'll see got to be your best play call right here on 3rd down.
Bobcats have it in their own 34-yard line. 3rd and 4, 4:17 to go in the 3rd quarter. They're trailing 21-14. Crosses under center in a 2-back set. Hands it off up the middle. They have enough for the 1st down as they take it down to the 40-yard line.
Great play call. A little fullback trap to Swanson right up the gut.
They've had great success, probably averaging about 7 yards on that play on the day. So Swanson picks up the 1st down. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Bobcat 39-yard line.
Yeah, that was a good play call and good execution there by your senior captain, knowing where the sticks are to just kind of dive forward and secure the football. So 3:50 left here in this marquee Division II matchup, and Plymouth's got the ball down 7 at their own 39-yard line.
Here we go. Cross is going to be under center in a 2-back set. Takes the snap, he hands it off up the middle. Ciotti breaks a couple tackles, takes it all the way down inside Milford territory to the 37-yard line.
Great blocking, better running by Anthony Ciotti. He's going to pick up about 25 yards and bring it into Milford territory. It's that grinded out kind of game right now, and Anthony Ciotti doing his part again. He's just running it tough here on the road and picking up another 1st down here for the Bobcats.
1st and 10 from the Milford 37-yard line.
Another good run there by Ciotti.
Here we go. Crosses under center in a 2-back set. Sends Peters in motion. It goes to Peters over the right side. Gets spun up, and he's going to have a gain of about 1 on the play.
Trice Cody again coming up from his corner position, making the stop on the jet sweep by Joe Peters.
We have not seen a Dylan Welch jet sweep yet on the day.
No. Obviously, Dylan with a couple of carries early on has had some good success. So Coach Sanborn, I think, more so using that as a feel-out play for setting up something, I'm sure, but picking up 2 yards there on first down.
Here we go. It's going to be 2nd and 7. The cross is going to be under center in a 2-back set. He hands it off up the middle, this time to Ciotti. Ciotti tries to get it to the outside. He gets wrapped up. Going to be just shy of the first down. I believe it's going to be 3rd and about 2.
Man, this is you know when you kind of go back in your head and find plays that have been successful and whatnot. This has definitely been a chess match here by Coach Sanborn, because he's really done a good job of mixing up the offense. And as the personnel switches, Welch is going to check in. We'll see what he has here. Obvious 4-down territory for the Bobcats.
Yeah, it's 3rd and 1. Ball is on the, it looks like the 28-yard line. So cross will be under center. It's a 2-back set. 1:40 to go here in the 3rd quarter. They trail 21-14.
I don't think Coach Sanborn liked his personnel, because he came sprinting down the sideline and called a timeout.
He calls timeout. We'll stay here with you on the field. We don't want to miss any action. We want to make sure. A big play call coming up right on 3rd and 1. You said it. It's definitely 4-down territory. They'll have 2 chances at this if they don't pick it up here.
So the other thing, Mike, obviously it's a big play call, but at the same time, you hate to burn a timeout where you might need it later in the game. We've seen, and we've been a part of games where you've needed that one timeout that you had to burn early on because someone was out of place. So obviously it's the right thing to do. However, you just kind of shrug a little bit and just, what if we could have saved that last time out? So we'll see if we doesn't break our back a little bit toward down the stretch here.
Yeah, they'll have 2 timeouts remaining and 1:37 to go in the 3rd quarter. 3rd and 1 coming up. Bobcats talk it over. They come out of the timeout here. And it's going to be cross under center in a 2-back set. Here we go. And we have movement on the line for the Bobcats. We're going to wait and see what the call is. It's going to be a false start against the offense. And, Ben, that is not what the doctor ordered.
No. I know, and the worst part is, Mike, you spend a timeout, you talk about snap count. That's the one thing that I'm sure they left the huddle. Maybe he was trying to go to a hard count, and right there Plymouth just jumps offside. So that's going to definitely going to cost them, and try to probably change the play call here.
Here we go, 3rd and 6, cross under center, 2-back set. He takes a snap, he hands it off to Ciotti over the right side. Ciotti tries to move the pile forward. We'll have to wait and see what the spot is here. It's going to be shy of the first down. It's going to be 4th and 1.
Yeah, good run there to pick up the penalty yardage, and it's going to be 4th down, like you said, in a long one. So I don't know if you probably not trying the hard count again, because obviously, discipline-wise, it didn't look like Milford was jumping, but this was a quick play call by Coach Sanborn. So we'll see 4th down and a conversion that they must need in order to keep the drive alive.
Here we go. We just crossed the 1-minute mark remaining in the 3rd quarter, trailing 21-14. Huge 4th down play coming up. Cross under center. Hands it off over the right side. Ciotti with a nice cutback. He picks up the first down.
Like you said, he's been tough all afternoon, and you feed the hot back, right? He's been in those situations. He just falls forward, and that time knew where the first down marker was and picked it up and just fell forward. Anthony Ciotti, another first down for the Bobcats.
Feed him, Ben, feed him. He's hot today. He's running the ball well.
And just like that, Mike, this drive has cooked some serious clock here in this football game.
Yeah, we're at 30 seconds remaining. Cross is going to be 1st and 10 here. He's going to be under center in a 2-back set. Takes the snap. It goes to Ciotti once again over the right side. Ciotti trying to cut it back, but Milford's there to stop him after a gain of about 1.
So I believe that's going to take us to the quarter, if I had to guess, is I think Plymouth much needed to rest some of these big guys up front working hard. So Plymouth right where they want to be, Mike. I think if you ask Coach Sanborn if he was down 7 with the ball to start the fourth at Milford's, 29-yard line, I think he'd say absolutely. So
that will do it for the third quarter. Bobcats trailing 21-14. You're listening to Bobcat Football on WPNH.
Carry for Strickland. Ball is on the Spartans 19-yard line. It'll be third and 2. Third Bobcats.
While we are away, Anthony Ciotti took it for a gain of about 5. It's 3rd and 3 coming up right now. Crosses under center. He sends a guy in motion. It goes over to Joe Peters as he gets brought down from behind. But Joe Peters stays on his feet.
What a run.
And he has the first down.
What a run by Joe Peters there. Unbelievable. It looked like he was going to be tackled 3-4 yards downfield. And just second effort. Tough running right there by your senior captain. Oh, Mike, that was a great run.
Unbelievable. That right there, that run saves the drive. I mean, I know it was 3rd down. We were likely going to go for it, but he was stuffed. He was going to hit for a loss. He spun off one guy and ended up staying on his feet.
Mike, something I often don't say is good officiating, not blowing the play dead here and letting him finish the run. So that's going to give him 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
10:58 to go. Here we go. 1st and 10. Crosses under center in a 2-back set. Sends Peters in motion once again. He rolls out to the left side. His cross is going to be hit for a loss.
He had Calvin Swanson open at the pylon, too. Look at a number there, 22. Believe it or not, Zielinski again making another big play. And Curtis Cross can get sacked for a loss of 5 there on 1st down.
Yep, they back him up all the way to looks like the 18, 19-yard line, 10:35 to go. Loss is 6 on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 16. Changes the play calling.
Yeah, that one hurts for sure.
Here we go. The Bobcats trail 21-14 as my band has started to play once again in the background. Cross is under center in a 2-back set. He's going to hand it off the middle to Ciotti. Ciotti stays on his feet as they try to push the pile forward. They finally blow the whistle. He's going to take it right down to the 15-yard line.
So it's going to be 3rd and long here for the Bobcats. Haven't seen Jake Crowley much on the field, Mike, as he, I believe, checked in for that play. But this would be a play where you might try to throw it up to your best athlete and have him make a play. But we'll see what Coach Sanborn calls here on 3rd and 11. Might be a play just to set up 4th and more manageable, too.
Here we go. We're at crossing 9:40 to go in this Division II playoff game. Bobcats trailing 21-14. 3rd and 11 coming up, all on the 15-yard line. Cross is under center in a 1-back set. Drops back to pass, has a man downfield, gets it off. Ball is up to the end zone. Ball is incomplete. Pass intended for Tanner.
Oh, he had it in his hands, too, and looked like number 8, Chris Kofias, in coverage with Trice Cody, and they're going to try a field goal here.
They're going to bring Fogarty out to attempt this field goal, trailing 21-14, 9:22 to go.
This would be Fogarty's longest field goal of the year.
Looks like it's going to be a 25-yarder. No,
it's going to be.
Sorry, it's going to be longer than that.
It's going to be about 32.
Yep. Here we go. The kick is up. Does it have enough? It does not. It is no good. Looked like a clean hold. Good snap, clean hold, just a little shy. So 32-yard field goal attempt is no good, and the Bobcat defense is going to have to come out and make a stop.
Down in distance, I think they were forced to make that decision, unfortunately, because of the way that you know, 4th and 11 isn't a very manageable down and distance. Not much in the playbook for that. So Coach Sanborn electing to try the field goal there, and nothing doing. So Milford's going to take over on downs, or after the missed field goal, excuse me, at Plymouth's, or at their own 30-yard line.
If Fogarty's got enough leg to make that field goal, it just looked like he didn't get anything behind it. Here we go. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Milford offense. Erda's going to be under center. Sends a guy in motion. He's going to hand it off over the left side. Ball is out. The Bobcats recover. The Bobcats have the football.
Mason Lassard with a fumble recovery.
Unbelievable.
They needed that. Oh boy, they needed that. Desperately needed that. We talked about that at halftime, Mike. They needed to get a couple of turnovers. And Mason Lassard, I feel like he's been in the right place at the right time a couple of times this year. And I didn't know who punched it out, but Mason Lassard picked it up. And just when you thought Plymouth was kind of feeling like a little bad for themselves, they come up with a great play on defense in their own right. And they're going to take over at Milford's 28-yard line.
Ben, that we've been talking about how they needed to create a turnover, force one. They did. They got it. That one nearly went to Milford.
Yeah.
Luckily, that ball squirted out again, and he almost jumped on it. But Lassard came out of nowhere to dive on that football, recover it. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Bobcats from the Milford 27-yard line.
This is a must-score drive, Mike. If you take over, you know, inside your opponent's 30, you have to score this football.
Here we go. Cross is under center. He stuffs it into the chest of Ciotti. Ciotti's going to have a gain. No gain on the play.
Sorry, it looks like Welch.
Looks like Dylan Welch on the carry.
Yeah, that's going to be maybe a gain of 1. We'll see, but we're playing. We got the 11-man defense and the defense in front of us, Mike. I'm trying like heck to look at the field or this defense that's in front of me.
There's a tuba in front of. There's 2 tuba players in front of Ben and I right now, blocking the field for Ben especially.
It's like it's a fun game we're playing.
Here we go. Cross is under center to 2-back set. 2nd and 10. He stuffs into the chest of Ciotti. Ciotti tries to bounce it to the outside. He does. Shakes one tackle. Lowers the shoulder. Keeps moving forward. Takes it for a gain of about 7.
And they're gonna throw a flag. That was a next level stiff arm played by Anthony Ciotti, and the flag is going to be for, I think, a late hit out of bounds. And I'll tell you what, he's running tough right now, Mike. It's been all game, and I think it's starting to frustrate Milford as they're going to come out and make the call. We'll see if it's a personal foul. No, it's just going to be a late hit out of bounds.
Late hit out of bounds. So that's going to move the Bobcats even closer.
Mike, I think it's starting to frustrate Milford a little bit because the first guy gets to him right around the line of scrimmage. That time he just shrugged him with a great stiff arm and going towards the sideline, finishing a run, and then a couple of Milford players tried to finish him out of bounds, and Mr. Official said you could not do that in high school football. And just like that, Plymouth's going to take over 1st and goal. 1st
and goal from the 10. Here we go. Cross under center, 2-back set. Takes the snap. He hands it off to Ciotti. Ciotti breaks it up the middle, takes it all the way down to the 4-yard line.
He's just running with so much confidence right now, and even that second level, he's just lowering the shoulder and just running forward, and that time picked up about 6 yards to make it 2nd and goal from the 4. So
give it to him again.
I give it to him 3 more times, Mike.
2nd and goal from the 4. 8 minutes to go. Bobcats trailing 21-14.
The 12th man coming too.
Here we go. Cross under center to 2-back set. Takes the snap. It goes to Ciotti. Ciotti trying to cut it back up the middle, but looks like no gain on the play.
Number 8, Kasfias again on the tackle. So no gain there, and I think Coach Sanborn was agreeing with us. He's going to give the ball to his hot back. So might be a good idea now to kind of use him in a decoy situation and kind of run a trap play off him. So we'll see what the play call is coming in as Cross takes the call from Coach Sanborn here in the 4th quarter of this playoff matchup.
7:20 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Bobcats trailing 21-14. It's 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line after the gain of 1. Cross under center to 2-back set. Takes the snap. It goes to Ciotti over the left side. He's got it at the line for no gain.
That was a big hit. Logan Barnhill, big hit. So.
And And Ben, this is huge. It is 6:50 to go. 4th and goal from the 3.
There's still plenty of game left, but this would be back-breaking if they weren't able to convert this. And the play call was very quick from the sideline. Haven't seen counter yet, Mike.
Here we go on 4th down from the 3. Cross is under center. 2 back set. The pitch goes over the right side to Ciotti. His blockers downfield. He tries to get to the pylon. He does. It's a Bobcat touchdown.
Unbelievable play call, Anthony Ciotti. Another touchdown for the Bobcats. Needed it. And just like that, Plymouth down 21-20, and the answer off the fumble recovery by Mason Lassard. What a play call there by Coach Sanborn.
I love the pitch over there to the right side. I love feeding the hot guy. Going to Ciotti. Great blocks downfield as he gets to the pylon.
Need a conversion here by Fogarty as looks like they're going to stop the play because there's a Milford Spartan
a little bit
down.
of a development is the Barnhill, one of the big backs for Milford. He's down on the sideline. He's up now, which is good. I don't know if it's cramping. He was getting stretched out on the field just before.
I think he's just cramping, which is he's been on the field the whole game, so that doesn't surprise me. But man, what a response there by the Bobcats.
Here we go. Fogarty on to attempt the extra point. Bobcats trailing it 21-20. The snap is out, the hold is down, the kick is up, and it is good, and the Bobcats have tied it at 21.
I mean, that's something they've shown a lot of growth here over the last quarter and a half. When times historically have gone bad, and it's tough to ask a high school player to kind of play through things, as oftentimes coaches do, but they've been playing through some adversities here, especially after giving up a touchdown the first play of the game on defense, and then turning the ball over twice. But this second half, they forced a fumble they needed recovered, and they scored a touchdown after the misconverted field goal. And just like that, 6 minutes to go in this ball game, Mike, we got ourselves a tie game.
We knew it was going to be a good one, Ben. We're no exception. I mean, this is a really good offense by Milford. Obviously, him and Ciotti have been probably the 2 best players on the field today.
Yeah.
And, they're going to have to come out and try to shut him down. I mean, he's pretty awesome on that last drive with that awesome touchdown run for about 20 yards. And Bobcat defense going to have to continue to step up. They've been great all day. Here we are, tied at 21, 6:24 to go.
Last time Fogarty kicked, he tried a squib kick and it hit the up back, so we'll see if they elect to try a squib kick again here.
And he's going to kick a low one. Takes a pretty good bounce. Milford's going to return it. They have guys downfield. Bounces it to the outside with a good cutback. He's going to get knocked down 43-yard line. Good return by Milford.
Yeah, looks like Joe Peters is going to make the tackle there for the Bobcats. So good return there by Trice Cody, and that's going to bring Milford to take over at their own 44-yard line. So right now, Mike, you're in a situation where you've kind of crawled your way back into this game, and then you've got Milford, who's got themselves a good couple of guys that can really make some plays. So now's the time to kind of dig your heels in and try to somehow get the ball back before this regulation.
Here we go. Erda's going to be in the shotgun. They send a guy left to right in motion. He's going to keep it himself. He rolls out to the left side, has a guy downfield. Pass is completed, and he's going to get knocked out of bounds at the 40, and we have a flag down the play. It's going to be a late hit against Plymouth. Late hit out of bounds against Plymouth. They have to call it.
Yeah.
First flag of the day for the Bobcats.
Nate Ruff made the tackle out of bounds, but then they're going to get Joe Peters cleaning it up. So that's going to tack on 15 yards there on a catch and run. Yeah, they're going to get him for a personal foul, late hit out of bounds.
No choice on that one. They had to call it. It was, especially with the one being called on the Bobcat sideline. So after the first down play, resulting in another one, they're going to move them all the way up. We'll see where they spot the football. It looks like they're going to spot it right at the 30-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 for Milford. They're at the Bobcat 30-yard line. So 6:08 to go in the game. Score tied at 21.
It's going to be the ball at the 30-yard line.
Erda once again in the shotgun. One receiver over to the right side. He sends a guy in motion right to left. Second motion man comes. It's Barnhill. Barnhill takes the carry over to the left side. And he's going to have a gain of about 4.
So Joe Peters making another tackle there for the Bobcats. So Barnhill looks like he's back to full strength as he took it around the edge for 4 yards for Milford. You obviously love another turnover here, Mike, obviously, but beggars can't be choosers. So someone's got to step up and get it. Not even a turnover, a tackle for loss here. Get them 3rd and long. Get a situation where you know there's an obvious passing down so we can try to make something happen. But someone needs to just step up, make a tackle for no gain or a tackle for loss here on 2nd down.
Here we go. Out of the shotgun, it's Erda. One receiver to the right side. He's going to send a guy in motion right to left. Erda takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself, runs it up the middle, and he's going to have... They're going to move the chains. It's going to be a 1st down for the Spartans.
This kid Erda's been good for Milford all afternoon, and in a game where they feature 2 of the best backs in New Hampshire, it's the 3rd option that's been kind of the backbreaker for Plymouth as Erda picks up another first down with his legs.
Here we go. We got Erda in the shotgun once again. It's 1st and 10. Ball's right on the Bobcat 15-yard line. He's going to hand it off to the motion man, which was Barnhill. And they're going to blow it dead.
I think Coach Sanborn called a timeout because I think Plymouth had 10 guys on the field. And that's unfortunate because it looked like they were going to set up for a tackle for loss there over the right side. But either way, they're going to burn their 2nd timeout of the half.
One remaining, 4:46 to go here in the game. Score tied at 21. It's 1st and 10. Ball's right on the Bobcat. Looks like 15-yard line. So sun's starting to set here, Ben. Shadows on the field.
Yeah.
Of course, the 3 o'clock kickoff moved because of SATs this morning.
SATs, I think I took those once.
And?
I'd say my score, but I think not a lot of people would believe me, and I've got some very critical listeners at home.
I have met your father, too, and we don't need to do that to him on air.
Yeah, that's also true.
4:46 to go. We got score tied at 21. Bobcats desperately needing to step up and make a play here. Looks like the ball's on the 16-yard line.
Again, just begging for someone to step up and make a tackle for loss here for the Bobcats.
Here we go. Erda in the shotgun. One guy alongside him. He's going to keep it himself, trying to find some running room up the middle. He gets a nice block. He springs in for a touchdown.
Oh, that's going to be a hold, though.
Flag down.
It's got to be a hold.
And that would make sense because it looked like Erda was going to be down, and
I'll tell you
all
what.
of a sudden just sprung.
So Brock Tanner just got tackled in the 2nd level by Ben Kilgore, and he's not going to get away with much with his size. He's 6'4", 250, and
so it is going to be a hold against the Spartans. It's going to back them up, and Bobcats get lucky there. It's going to be 1st and 12.
I just say it again. He's been so good this afternoon for Milford, and just doing it with his legs.
Here we go, 4:40 to go. Erda in the shotgun. Takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself. Once again, follows the blockers up the middle, and this is going to be an Erda touchdown. Exact same play, Ben.
Same play. Same play, no flag. Touchdown, Milford. Nothing tricky about that. That's just simple. Snap it to the quarterback and let him run. I believe that's his 3rd touchdown with his legs.
Yeah, he's been definitely been very impressive today. So they're going to come on to attempt the extra point. 4:35 to go. Plenty of time left. Of course, 1 timeout remaining for the Bobcats. These crucial extra points. We have a whistle.
They're going to get delay game? I don't think that's a thing here. I think it was just to clear something up.
Yeah, not quite sure what happened, but Greg's going to come out to attempt the extra point again.
So that's going to put, or yeah,
they're going to back him up. So it must have been a false start on the kicker. I guess he called a penalty.
Plymouth's got plenty of time. 4:35 left in the game, down 6.
Ben, these are huge.
Yeah.
This is Greg. He's got plenty of leg. We've seen it all day today. Snap is out. The hold is down. The kick is up, and it is good. So Milford takes a 28-21 lead. 4:35 remaining.
Yeah, I'd say he has plenty of leg. That one almost landed in the parking lot.
As our band is going to stand up and celebrate the Milford touchdown. And
the biggest possession of the year right now for the Bobcats. No question about it. It's everyone here in Milford knows, and those of you at home watching and those of you listening on WPNH know the extent of this. This is a must touchdown drive here. 4:35 left in the game. 1 timeout. And Plymouth needs to play call effectively, dial up their best possession here of the 2021 campaign. I think it starts with a good return here.
Yeah, it's here we go. Greg, we've seen it all day today. We've got Welch and Tanner, heels on the 5-yard line, getting set to return. Greg, the kicker for Milford, set to kick off. 4:35 to go. Bobcats needing a touchdown. And it's going to go over the head of Welch into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback, his 3rd of the day.
Yeah. And like you said, we've covered games where other teams haven't had a kicker that, has been able to execute some extra points that inevitably costs them, in the end. So that's a situation where we've got, this kid Greg comes in, he's 4 for 4 in extra points. He's got 3 touchbacks. It's just, and we know as Plymouth fans, we have that luxury as well. So it just makes it that much easier to play the field position battle.
All right, so it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. And Cross is going to be under center in a 2-back set. Takes the snap, he hands it off to Ciotti over the right side. Ciotti tries to find the hole, nothing there. Gain of 2 on the play.
So just kind of feeling it out. Everything's 4-down territory right now for the Bobcats. Anthony Ciotti, no gain there on 1st down.
Coming up on 4 minutes remaining. Plenty of time left in this ball game. Trailing 28-21. 2nd and 10 coming up. I'm so entertained right now, and I feel as though I'm part of the drum line.
Yeah, you look like it too.
And here we go. Cross under center, 2-back set. Takes the snap, rolls out.
Oh, he's got a wheel route.
Downfield. Wheel route is up and overthrown, incomplete.
So that was a setup, cross motion, Welch, and 33. Michael Lima was step for step with Dylan Welch there. It was a good thrown ball, a little overthrown by Curtis Cross, but Coach Sanborn electing to take the shot on 2nd down to bring up 3rd down and 10 here for the Bobcats.
Here we go. Stops the clock at 3:43 remaining. 3rd and 10 coming up, trailing 28-21. As the sun starts to set here in Milford. Great crowd. It's been a great ball game. We knew it would be.
Right.
Here we go. Big 3rd down play coming up. Cross is going to be under center. 1-back set. Sends Welch in motion right to left. Drops back to pass. Ball is out. Ball is out, and Milford has recovered. The ball is out. Milford has recovered the football. across, took his time to see if he had a man downfield, got strip sacked, and the ball came out. Milford recovers.
That's unfortunate. I know it's a tall task, you know, and unfortunately with that turnover, you know, giving Milford the ball back at your own, you know, right around your own 20-yard line, it's going to take a valiant effort here for the Bobcats.
Plenty of time, 3:37 remaining. Of course, the tall task is trying to stop Erta.
That's what I mean. He's been the best player on the field.
He's had some great runs today. I think we're going to see a lot more of that shotgun design quarterback run. Here we go. Erta once again is in the shotgun. Takes the snap on his own. We have a flag on the play. I think it's going to be a false start against Milford. There was some movement on the line.
Yeah, false start is going to be the call. So that's going to stop the clock as well and move them back. But like you said, what an advantage you have when you have someone that you can just snap the ball to, and he's elusive enough to just find the hole every time. And I feel like he's made all the right decisions all game. You know, obviously with the fumble, it wasn't his fault. That was one of his ball carriers. But he's, for a junior quarterback, he's next year poised to be probably one of the better players, Mike, you see. So
3:33 to go. 1st and 15 for Milford. Erta is in the shotgun. Sends a guy in motion, fakes it to the motion man, has running room out the left side. Erta with plenty of room. He is off to the races. It's going to be an Erta touchdown.
That's his 4th of the game.
And Ben, that's going to likely do it here down in Milford. A great design. Took Barnhill, sent him in motion. Everybody went with the motion man. He faked the handoff, kept it himself. Went in about 28 yards untouched. 4th touchdown of the day for the lightning quick quarterback from Milford.
And he knew as soon as he looked up and saw what was in front of him, he knew he had a jog-in touchdown. And it's one of those things where it's just it's a sight to see, Mike. That's tough because Plymouth's just playing so well, and you know, the difference has been that junior quarterback Chuck Erta.
Greg with the good extra point makes it 35-21 Milford. 3:25 to go. We'll take a quick 30-second break. You are listening to Bobcat Football on WPNH. Welcome back to Milford High School. Milford's just taken a 35-21 lead over your Bobcats here. Been a great football game, Ben.
Yeah, it's and obviously, you know, a 2-touch score lead is with 3 minutes to go. You wouldn't say it's all but over, but a valiant effort here on the road, Mike, in a game where Milford was probably in a lot of eyes favored, and Plymouth coming on the road going toe-to-toe with one of the better teams in Division II, and not for a lack of effort by any means.
I'm impressed. This is a good football team. I think you know, winner gets Lebanon. We saw they score. What did they score? 58 points.
They threw up a 50 piece against Souhegan. So
it's certainly, whoever goes on to win this game, it doesn't have an easy task ahead of them. But as the kick is fielded by Welch all the way down to the 2-yard line, Welch has blockers downfield, picks up a nice one from Mason Lassard, takes it down to the 10-yard line. Yeah,
I think the slip kind of missed up the timing of that return, but like you said, that was a nice block by Mason Lassard, and looking forward, next year, Mike, Plymouth, having a good year and are going to be losing a lot of seniors off this roster. So obviously something to think about next year is you're replacing a lot of your skill guys with, obviously your quarterback, Jake Crowley, some of the guys up front. So valiant effort, and I know they're going to play hard till the end. So anything happens, a quick score here and an onside kick, you never know.
3:17 to go. Bobcats take over 1st and 10 from the 10-yard line. And Cross is under center, sends a guy in motion. He's going to drop back to pass, has a guy downfield. It's a throw back over the left side.
Brock Tanner.
Looks like Brock Tanner has it. He gets knocked out of bounds right around the 30.
It's a good play there, and a good play designed by Coach Sanborn. He calls a throwback screen to Brock Tanner, and Tanner's going to pick up the first down for the Bobcats. It's that nice-looking jacket you got there, Mike.
I am 10 years older than you, Ben, so I come a little bit more prepared to these games. It has to do with age.
Yeah, and apparently your SAT scores too.
Here we go. 3:08 remaining. Bobcats trailing 35-21. 1st and 10 coming up. Cross under center. Sends a guy in motion. It fakes it to the motion man. The counter's over the left side, and nothing there on the counter.
That's Cligmore there, 69 on the tackle for loss. No fool on the counter. So 2:55 left, and Plymouth's going to be faced with 2nd down and long here. Milford, I mean, I did see highlights of that game, Milford and Lebanon, and Milford had the ball up a touchdown in the 4th quarter.
That was played here, I believe.
It was played here, and think about that. They went from having the ball up a touchdown in the 4th quarter to losing the game by 14.
Yeah, I mean that's what you've heard all season long about Lebanon. They're fast, they're powerful,
explosive.
A couple really good running backs, and you know they've been working with this team for a long time. I mean the line basically is ever since their season got canceled because of COVID last year against Plymouth, they didn't get to play that semifinal game. They haven't lost a game, so they've won like.
Yeah,
something 15 in a row or something.
And
crazy.
they haven't. I don't think they've lost since. And I might be wrong, but I don't think they lost since 2019 or something crazy like that.
It's a team they've been building, and they're obviously throwing up a ton of points this season. A lot of really lopsided games early, and yeah, the winner looks like it's going to probably be Milford. It's going to be a tall task for them to go up to Lebanon next week. Here we go. Cross in the shotgun. Drops back to pass, has a guy downfield, pass intended for Swanson is overthrown, incomplete.
Yeah, you got Cligmore got some pressure on Curtis Cross and kind of hit him while he was throwing it over through his target, so might as well break it out, right? Shotgun, here we go, 3rd down and 15 here for Plymouth. But going back to that matchup, Mike, next week, I mean, we're about as biased can be, and I know some people don't like that, but you know what? I'd like to see Milford go on the road and upset Lebanon.
100%.
And they have the opportunity. I mean, look at this kid at quarterback they got. I mean, he's got to be toe-to-toe better athlete than most of the kids on Leb. So we'll see if they can get the job done on the road.
Here we go, 3rd and 15. Cross in the shotgun. Takes a shot. Big throw downfield. Pass is nearly caught by Crowley. Gets knocked down. It's going to be incomplete.
That was a hospital ball in the making right there.
Yeah, it's about 4 balls that they've knocked down Milford. Good throws too. Great throw by Curtis.
Yeah.
It's going to set up a 4th and 15. 1:41 to go in the game, trailing at 35-21.
And I think right now it's all about just. I mean, I think they're going to call another deep shot downfield and try to pick up a first down. But with the respect that both sides have, if it's a turnover on downs, I'd expect victory formation from Milford. But we'll see what 4th down brings.
Here we go. We got Cross in the shotgun. Drops back to pass. Throws a big ball up the middle, and pass is going to be incomplete. But it will be a turnover on downs. Milford will take over with 1:35 remaining.
Yeah, so that's going to be victory formation for Milford as they're going to get ready to win a good playoff game. And I think, you know, obviously you'd like to win a game handily in a playoff situation, but Milford, I believe, in my opinion, gained the most out of this win. Rather than going and blasting a team by 40 at home, they had to grind out this win and get themselves prepared. So, like I said, they've got, I'm definitely rooting for them next week when they're taking on Lebbets. They're going to take the field in the victory formation.
And he does. Erda comes out. He's going to down the first one. Clock runs. A couple more of those. We'll end this thing. It's a good team, Ben. I'm impressed. I really like the way Plymouth came down, especially coming off of, not playing their best last week and a really tough loss at home. For them to bounce back and battle the way they did today, I think says a lot about, obviously, we know the coaching staff and says a lot about them, but I think the character of the kids, too. They grinded today. They gave these guys a ball game, and it's going to end up being a two-score victory, but It certainly wasn't that type of game.
No, absolutely not. Having to go for it and obvious downs where you should punt and just in desperation mode, that's where that's going to come from. But
clock winds, one more down.
Yeah, and
we'll do it.
And going back, Mike, just a difference maker is a kid, Erda, right? You got a kid, 4 touchdowns on the afternoon, and nothing as simple as him just running around and making plays with his feet, and that's clearly been the difference. That's going to last knee is going to do it for Milford's impressive home playoff victory against Plymouth.
Yeah, the Spartans have just defeated your Plymouth Bobcats 35-21. Clock is getting ready to hit zeros. We will take a break. We'll recap, Ben. We'll recap a little bit of this game and what was really a great season for Plymouth, and that'll do it. As their season ends here at Milford, they lose 35-21. Listen to Bobcat football on WPNH. Defeated your Plymouth Bobcats 35-21 in what was a really well-played game here between both teams, and the Bobcats season ends here, Ben.
Yeah, and give credit where credit's due. Milford came out and won the football game. Plymouth, it's one thing you can live with losing on a good effort, and that's what happened. They lost because Milford went out and won the game, and give credit where credit's due. That kid Erda, I think it was highly underrated going into this game. He single-handedly won the game for Milford. So they're going to get Lebanon at Lebanon, and it's going to be a good matchup. I'm going to keep my eye on it, but it was a good season, Mike. A lot of back to the normal D2 schedule, and they exceeded. They had a great year, and some of these is nothing to hang your head at this game for sure.
No, they came down. They gave them a great game. It was they ended up losing 35-21. Their season ends here, and a really fun team to watch this year. I think they exceeded some expectations, and I think they certainly came out and played a tough schedule and gave it their all this year. There was a lot of growth by a lot of kids out there. So, good season for the Bobcats. We definitely want to take the time to thank all of our sponsors at WPNH and all the sponsors of the football broadcast to allow for you and I to travel from town to town and be home in the Brian McCarthy broadcast booth. To bring the action to everybody on the radio, and then obviously a couple times this year teaming up with our friends at Pemmy Baker TV and able to bring you this stuff on TV as well. So it's been a good season for us. We'll hopefully be back next year. And thank you for listening this season. Bobcats lose 35-21 for Ben Cronin and Mike Sullivan. We're signing out on this season. Thank you for listening to Bobcat Football on WPNH.